Actually not done, as they are still hunting for action. Miracle the focus. Thompson's got a DD, a power shot does come out. Lands on Thompson.
A bit too aggressive there from Thompson. I'll throw down the call down just to clear the
well, the shackle actually reaches across the trees, but no tell. He's there with a shield. Thompson goes for the TP out. The focus fired it out. The damage is not enough. Right. Thompson saved. A spray on the way out. Thompson will escape. Liquid, it's 9-6 in their favor, but the net worth difference, it's pretty much even. As you say, sure, Liquid, they are bringing the aggression, finding the kills, but space is being given to those important members of OG.
Yeah, especially Ana. Halfway to that Aghanims already. Level 11 finished up. He's got the Spirit supplied slow, so he can fight as soon as he has that Aghanims, of course, with the talent, but the big one is that 15, that extra Spirit hero damage that does come out. But yeah, look at this immediately. Seb now positioned up top. He wants to push the top tower as soon as Liquid is positioned in mid. And Jarek's already looking to set up down toward the bottom lane. Liquid have to just get these towers. Have to get some type of map advantage here.
Once Ana has the Aghanims, things are going to start getting very tricky for Liquid when they turn up like this.
Yeah.
The spirits will be out.
Yeah, and they have Bristle. That's a good thing, right? Bristle can be good versus the IO. If you can get on top of him, the goo. You don't have the highest armor traditionally on the IO, but he's versus an actual counter. Timbersaw, very good versus Bristle back at all stages. It's just that farm game, OG.
Got mind control. Looking towards Seb up top, but it's hard really for these heroes without the shackle shot. Or GH getting a beautiful angle. It's very hard for them to kill Seb. It's
very hard for them to kill pretty much anybody if they don't have Weehawk. If they can catch some of the supports and running around by themselves, they can maybe pick them up, but they really need Weehawk for the damage. The rest of them do not really provide that at this point of the game versus what they're against. Magnetize can be good, but there's a lot of ways that they can deal with it. Not only with the tankiness of how they are, but also there's an advantage. We can just remove it a lot of the times.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And Seb, he could just get away with this, pushing this wave into the tier 2 every single time, knowing that sure, if Liquid do come for him, it's going to be so many of their resources that it's probably going to be worth it for OG to have Seb positioned that aggressively and for him to draw that much attention towards him. Thompson's getting space, Ana's getting space.
Look at that build by Thompson. Diffusal gyrocopter.
Wait, what?
Diffusal. Gyrocopter, I just said it.
Stretch diffusal gyrocopter. Fancy that, Thompson.
So
doing something that I don't think I've ever seen this.
Kind of. I mean, it's interesting because it's going to provide a lot of mana burn, which is going to be annoying for Liquid. It gives you a lot of agility, and it gives you ways to run around and chase heroes down, I guess.
It's different. They've got the kill swat, getting mobile again.
They can transition this into a Roche. DD rune on the Bristleback. They've got Pipe. Yeah, they can easily do this one with the Medallion as well. However, OG, they know what's going on. They can look to contest this as well. As do they have the Aghanims finished up? It's almost there for Ana. And they're pinging it. They seem now they're aware of it, but it looks like it's almost too low for them to contest with all this minus armor. And Liquid will get away with this one.
Well, let's see what they can do with it. Aegis, Pipe, they have those early tools to start making moves. Start looking towards some of these tier 2 towers.
Ags is complete now on the IO. So Ags IO finished, and we're about to hit 20 minutes. So I'm assuming that OG's gonna buy the tome, give it to that IO so he gets the extra spirit damage. Liquid, they gotta group up and try to get something big here. They gotta catch out these backlines heroes. They really have to get on top of the IO with a nice shackle shot and we got to focus fire him. They have to control and stun the IO.
Hunting for Ana. I won't quite find, but definitely, yeah, thinking about it, this diffusal blade, I see what you mean. It does make sense, right? There is, you look at what, Miracle and Mind Control in particular.
They're completely dependent on their mana.
And they're dependent on the fights being drawn out, right? Yeah. They revel in situations where the fight continues. And sure, they can't kill them quickly necessarily, OG, but Thompson, he can burn, he's going to take their mana away, and they're going to be essentially some of these useless, tanky targets on the front that OG can then ignore and look for the more volatile kills.
And he's acting as this super frontliner. And Bristleback is a hero that if you don't have mana, you don't have damage. So if he's just going to be burning the Bristle, I can see it. I can see it. And he's super farmed, and look how tanky he is. 2,000 HP on the gyro. There's going to be an MKB finish now for Weehawk, so his damage is going to be very high as Seb's getting slowed down. He's got greaves available, but he's gonna burst.
I mean, they're bringing him low. He's got the shield. Now they'll be able to turn. Cooldown's dropped down by Thompson. And here we have it. Miracle. His mana's gone. He's able to pop the stick, get it a fair bit of it back, and he's able to head back in, pushing OG back behind the racks. They're getting a good amount of damage onto this tier 3 tower. Liquids, they push on.
On Io. That spirit hero damage is there now. Ana gonna join the fray finally.
There we have it. Miracle's mana. It's pretty much entirely gone by Thompson's focus. It looks for GH. He can't get out. There's no mana. GH. He's dead. And now OG. They have that numbers advantage for this defense. They'll try and change the ball. Thompson. Rocket Barrage brings Miracle down. There's the Shackle turnaround. They're looking for JerAx. JerAx backing away. Thompson focusing Miracle. Miracle's still out of mana because of this diffusion. JerAx. He's able to cover. The GA is out. We hold on for though. The magic damage is there from Thompson. Miracle's trying to run. Another stick charge pop, but JerAx could shut him off. In fact, JerAx, he's ready to try and look for more potentially. There's only the boards. Thompson, he's on top of Kuro. Another cooldown there. The ties back into the combo. JerAx has the control. They're all getting picked apart as mind control falls. Miracle is surrounded, and they're all able to get this as well. OG, they will hold.
The old guard, pretty much these experienced veterans of the Dota 2 scene in Flight to Moon up against Viking, who have really shown that they are a very cohesive unit when it comes into these battles. Draft underway, game 1 of this best of 3, ready and raring to go, and we've already got ourselves a Drow and a Lycan ban in that first phase.
Drow Ranger?
Team ban.
Is this still a viable hero? That's my question. They probably know something, but Fly to Moon. You talked about some of the players, VTune. I think this player also showed great performance during the ESL event. And them as a squad, like they're a bit different. I'd say Always Wanna Fly, like he has way too many deaths. He plays position 7 sometimes still, you know, not having boots for 15 minutes. It depends how things are going. Iceberg tends to play different kind of a mid heroes. You're always gonna be afraid of his tiny, like Mask of Madness into status resistance build. Like they know how to utilize Iceberg. He's not afraid to pull out something like a mid silencer against any intelligence scores. It's just a mix of the players that you know, they tend to pick his hero last a lot, and they play around it so well.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team.
Grimstroke.
Taking a look at the first pick now, Vikings start things off with a Grimstroke with Ember Spirit, Phoenix banned out as the final 2 from Fly to Moon, Bat, Oracle, Weaver, and PL. Vikings. So opener right now. Their DP.
10 seconds remaining.
They've got the potential
5 seconds remaining.
favorite openers. Well,
Radiant
the Centaur, which we've been seeing a lot of recently.
You mentioned the Rubik. I don't know how you feel about Rubik, Gary, but for me, it always feels like this hero can do stuff. Like no matter what happens in the game, there's gonna be at least 1 or 2 good spells to steal. He can set up the ganks, he can push the waves, he can outpush the lanes, outpush the waves when they're pushing. It's just an overall good hero that checks a lot of the boxes.
Dire team.
Great all-rounder. And there it is, Rubik Pango. Very solid opener from them. Someone's snoring. Yeah. Boom on Viking side, giving the old snooze. I guess they saw that one coming as well.
It's also Pangolier into Grimstroke. Usually it's the other way around, where you just want to soulbind the Pangolier. He is going to be held in place, even if he's using the Rolling Thunder. Still
5 seconds remaining.
good Grimstroke counter, I would say, to Pangolier.
Dire team ban.
On to Mars. Where's the big boy? Well, it's Dragon Knight's going to come out from Vikings, so a flexible pick that can go across those core roles.
Radiant team.
Well, you must not be reading patch changes then, Gary. You can't butt spear, you can't use the spear at all. Like, you need mana. It's 40 extra mana on level 4. It's just a... I don't know. It feels so weird to have him as a hero, such a mana-dependent hero. You have 2 active abilities plus your ulti. And his mana pool is insanely bad. I would love to see maybe increase his intelligence gain per level just a bit. Like, he was a bit OP, I would say, before.
They've been very heavy-handed with the nerf hammer, though. Necro banned out by Viking. Of course. Ban out from Flight to Moon. You aim to just ban out like the Queen?
Not necessarily yet. It depends what they want to go for. But I would not ban Queen of Pain in the second phase. Alright, do you pull out the Gyro right now? I love Gyro. He's also like a tempo hero. Deals both magical and physical damage. Great against Undying Tombstone.
Gives you a nice bit of team fight around that Dragon Knight as well. Good control in these zones around objectives or on choke
5
points.
seconds remaining.
Dying, Rubik, gonna be your support duo here. That moves Pango into the 3. So it looks like the Undying gonna be around the DK or whatever strength heroes you can find. It feels a little bit odd picking Undying, just like, you know, third pick here, just straight into a DK.
Yeah, I don't know. Undying just doesn't feel like a good hero overall to me. Even though he might have received some of the buffs, but still feels very big if your laning stage is not going well, and this is where you shine.
10 seconds.
It's just you're playing against 4 versus 5 of the rest of the game. You're a walking
5
soul rip.
seconds remaining.
I guess picking Undying there kind of forces DK to go mid, right? Either you sack the DK in the off lane, or you put in position 1, which I feel like teams outside of China don't really like doing, or you put him mid. And then also the fact that Viking now have Grimstroke Shadow Demon, so if Flight to Moon were thinking about tri-laning around a hero with Rubik Undying +1, I think SD Grimstroke are exceptionally good being double ranged heroes, but also having Inkswell plus Shadow Poison to outspam and do that extra bit of damage in the laning stage.
What if they get Timber Saw and just kill him with tool spells? Kill Dragon Knight with with the Q and Undying's Decay? I think that's just overthinking, and I don't like Timber Saw into Grimstroke. Like, you use Chakram, you can't get rid of the Phantom. Also into Shadow Demon. Shadow Demon, it's a pure damage, like Soul Catcher.
It's like 40% of his HP just gone immediately. Something that Flight to Moon are really lacking right now is tower damage. They have nobody to actually take objectives. Pangolier and Rubik, pretty good fight starters. Undying's a nice body in the team fight with a bit of sustain. They've got decent laning up here, but this is where they need to start scaling and getting in towards these objectives like Roshan and towers and outposts. Morphling, looks like it's going to be primary carry, so the last pick, I would like to see, very tempo-heavy hero. Luna! Ooh, we're seeing more Luna.
Well, someone's getting nerfed. Battle Pass and Luna nerf next, please. It just feels that this hero, I tried experimenting a bit with this hero, play it as like position 4 and 5.
Dire team
Still feels okay, but It's just the position one. Like base attack time got increased. One of the reasons why she's much better laning than she was before. And it's also a very fast lineup, and they have such a sick combo. Grimstroke into Dragonite stun. 2 of those, give me please. Shadow Demon ulti, Lucent Beam even.
5 seconds remaining.
I was always a big fan of Rubik plus Morphling combination in the same team. Okay, you have 1 spell, well, we're gonna take 2 of those.
Pick.
Bounty hunter.
Very fast lineup from Viking. Like, they're gonna hit a peak around 15 to 20 minute mark, where they have tower damage, Luna with Dominator plus 1 item. It looks so sick.
10 seconds remaining. 5
Wait, did we
seconds
talk
remaining.
about this, Gary? Where you have a Grimstroke ulting 2 people and then Shuriken toss bounce.
Yeah.
Did we come up with the number?
Heroes.
A million shurikens just bouncing everywhere. Storm Spirit for Flight to Moon, so that's going to be their iceberg hero. I was wondering really where they head with it. Like, do you go for a Razor? Do you go for Storm? It seemed like a difficult choice for them. So Boom Dragonite is going to be in that mid lane. Shad Luna, Toby Bounty, Miss SD, and then we should have Celery, Grimstroke. I mean, if the thing is, even if Flight to Moon have this really weird kind of hole in their draft where Morphling needs time, but Storm also needs time, where they're both going to be farming jungle. Like, if you get behind in lanes, they're both going to be crowding the jungle, congesting up that area, and if they get, chased down by a bounty hunter who can scout them out, I feel like it's difficult for Flight to Moon to catch up and come back into this unless General completely pops off on this Pango.
It's a free Storm Spirit game. Stun you have is Dragonite stun, plus the Grimstroke Phantom. And they have sustain. They have a lot of good ways to steal it, like a Shadow Demon's Disruption, which is going to be pretty good. You can also steal Disruption, use it on Luna, and then get the illusions from Luna. But Shadow Demon Luna, that combo has been popular throughout the years, still coming back strong.
It sure is. Oh, well, there we have it. Game 1, starting off this best of 3 strong with another Luna coming out, this time for Viking, as we've already seen OG perform spectacularly. The lady. Moon, Tune Morphling. His team on his back and carry them through this. Really is going to come down to very early laning stage decisions, but even rotations from Aloha Dance and this Rubik. See what the Undying gets up to. One thing to be said, Viking have a very squishy lineup outside of the DK. Very susceptible to getting jumped and immediately blown up by, Storm Spirit, Pango, Wave, Morphling, all with these gap close abilities, Waveform, Swashbuckle with the ball lining. If Flight to Moon can keep the vision advantage once they get out of the laning stage and they find pickoff after pickoff, the snowball could come quite easily for them.
It could. Also, I'm wondering if they want to run a tri-lane, or at least start with a tri-lane with Luna. You have Dragonite as your mid laner, and you have Bounty, who can be self-sustainable to one point, but then you need to bring help to him. So if you just run aggressive tri-lane on the bottom with Viking GG, leave Bounty against the Pango on top, he's gonna have a 1 versus 1 melee matchup where he shines.
In strength.
and then just try to force them to either make a rotation or, you know, swap the lanes, and then you can swap accordingly.
See what they get up to. General Aloha Dance, Pango and Rubik heading up towards top. Mid lane, Iceberg, of course, on the Storm, are going to be facing off against Boom's Dragon Knight. B-Tune Morphling down south with Always Want to Fly on the Undying. Tri-lane, 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 here we go. Viking, Shadow Demon, Grimstroke, and Bounty Hunter. Probably just looking for, you know, a quick kill on someone. Counter up the bounty runes. Shad's Luna's been left all alone up top.
Iceberg writing something in chat. Not sure what it is. They don't have any Russian players, right, on Viking?
I don't think so. I think he's asking, don't bully me.
Well, okay, when did you start speaking Russian all of a sudden?
30 seconds.
I'm just making it up. Don't believe me. I mean, honestly, the amount of times we've seen, especially Storm Spirit, you know, when we were watching the Chinese region, maybe getting killed like 3 times in laning stage, but also a player like Iceberg, who can pop off in these games and look very dominant. If he gets bullied and if he gets ganked over and over again and gets shut down on this Storm Spirit, like Grimstroke with DK could quite easily just like rotate in here with the help of a Shadow Demon and kill the Storm over and over again. I think Storm's a little bit afraid coming over these hills.
Dragon Knight against Storm Spirit on the mid lane. Storm should have an upper hand in this matchup. Especially during the early levels, you harass him so much, but then, like, once Dragon Knight hits level 3, level 5, he gets ton of regen underneath the tower, extra armor, extra regen on top of that. Like, he doesn't really threaten a kill on Storm Spirit unless someone makes a rotation pre-level 6.
What are we waiting for? General needs a bit of time. Pango for General. He's been playing a lot of this. And very solid on it. Pango Rubik top lane. Kind of reminds me of the Omni Rubik lanes we used to see, but with more like aggressive potential, right? You're able to jump and catch people much better. You got a lot more damage output.
Well, for some reason, you really love that lane. Like, where did you get it from? China? China, right? Yeah.
Rubik Omni.
That was a very popular opener for quite some time.
Angolier, of course, giving you much better team fight as the game progresses. How Morphling's going to be doing down bottom lane? RMS hasn't leveled anything up just yet. And Morphling does have a stick. Shadow Poison spam could be mitigated quite nicely. Dune already setting himself up for double Wraith Band, Magic Wand, and Morbid Mask.
I'm wondering why Bounty decided to go for Magic Stick. If you want to lane against Morphling, you're not gonna get any charges from the Morph early on.
Undying?
I guess it's just Undying, yeah.
Did anybody else? Grim and Shadow Demon, no sticks. Boom does have one on the DK. Of course, Storm going to be spamming out those remnants. A nice stick pickup for Dragon Knight early on. Luna hasn't queued up her Helm of the Dominator, Lacoste. Very sad.
It's gonna be it, 100%. General still missing in action. What kind of general is that? Leaving your troops to fight without you?
An American general to me. Send the troops in, leave them alone.
I was always wondering when I was like watching movies what kind of a general / king I would be. Like, would I be with my troops, or would I be like, man, I don't need to do this, I can do whatever I want, you know?
Yeah, would you be riding the horse at the front, leading the charge, or would you be sitting behind like Xerxes or something, right? Sitting on the big golden throne being carried by all your people. Did you come to a conclusion? Which one would you
No,
be?
I still can't decide. I don't know. It's one of the toughest questions for me.
It's like you'd like to think that you would be, you know, that brave brash commander leading the charge, but you know that the comfort, the power, the ability to stay alive is
more
very
important.
easy.
Yeah, I mean, I can just make stuff up if someone is making any kind of a contradiction to you, not agreeing with whatever you say. Like, he's just gone. Well, maybe I should not be a king. He can't load in game.
Good. Deck. Oh, there it
He's
is.
in. Fake news.
Figured it out in the end.
So yeah, I also
All
think
right.
that I would be like more of an archer type if I was fighting during medieval times instead of being a knight.
So you wouldn't be a wizard?
I wouldn't be a wizard. I would be an archer. Just maybe I'm a coward, Gary. I don't know. Like I wouldn't fight with my troops. I would be an archer hiding. And I never thought I would be an aggressive archer. Like I'm always in the fort, shooting arrows from high ground, and they can't reach me.
Through, you know, in the little holes in the castle, the little arrow, the bow slits.
The battle begins.
Poke your little arrow out. There we go. We're finally back in. We can stop talking about Lacoste's military heritage, where he would be in the medieval times.
Scratch
Dear
that
me.
idea.
General, he's back in, and he is rolling around, spamming that taunt. Where's Aloha Dance going? Scouting out. He's got an observer ward behind tier 1. Cloud and Celery going to be pairing up top, so looks like Luna, the Grimstroke. Up here in a 2 versus 2. Bottom lane will be the Shadow Demon and Bounty Hunter, as Always Wanna Fly Undying swings down south to help out this Morphling. Decay versus Poison.
What do you think? Who wins in the end? 3 stacks?
Poison. Poison
Yeah,
wins.
Poison is much stronger. And he's using it from Fog. So Magic Stick on Morphling, only 3 charges, even though he used it like 17 times already.
Very good. General taking quite a bit of damage up top lane. Celery and Chad really putting the pressure on. But it's all because of Aloha Dance dragging that wave back. Cure himself. Level 2, a little bit of extra gold. Storm Spirit doing very well mid lane. Iceberg 8 and 1. Boom. Keeping tabs on him, close. Very well to gather up all this little CS under tower as well.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Dragonite's actually going to shove this wave all the way under Iceberg's tower himself. Now, boom, a bit of a weird decision there. Do I go under? Do I fall back? He's just back. Regroup with the rest of his little creepies.
How do you make Undying fun as a hero? Like, he's having fun. Gonna use the keys, couple of right clicks. But I feel the hero needs some kind of rework where he can scale, like we've seen before, where he had the GPM talent. I believe he also had the XP talent at one point, and then you get the level 15. And then he had, what, Tombstone on that, which was pretty OP.
Yeah, it was pretty nuts. Yeah, it feels bad, all those heroes that wanted XP talents, all gone. Well, that's 3 stacks of poison on V-Tune, 4 stick charges, 4 stacks of poison now. It's got to be very careful, sitting at 260 HP. Still level 1 Aramis, looking for the final one, but dodged away. V-Tune, pop the stick now. Always Want to Fly. He looks like he's in a little bit of danger here, getting more damage over time. There's another Shuriken ready up for Toby now. That Bounty Hunter, Shadow Demon, really laying it on thick, putting the pressure on. I think the Undying is going to pop here as well. Banish up from Aramis. He's got another poison stack. Nice little Fairy Fire. Tries to turn with the stick charges. They'll get themselves first blood, but lose the Shadow Demon in the trade to V-Tune.
I think he's fine with that trade. You have no mana, no HP, there's no point of going back, otherwise you would just suicide to the neutral creeps. And you get the Morphling kill, solo XP for him as well.
And now you can bring him out some more regen if he needs it. Quick little salve up for Morphling. Does give Toby a bit of free farm time. Looking pretty good so far for Fly to Moon. Iceberg 24 and 4, so definitely leading the charge there, but no real kill threat on the Dragon Knight. Boom, of course, very sustainable in that lane with the wand. As top lane Celery gonna get dragged back into the creep wave here, tries to get out with the Ink Swell up, but the Swashbuckle very well placed by General. Forces a change in path from the Grimstroke, and they do take him down.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Bounty Hunter going for Urn very, very early on. First item. Straight out there with the wand, Windlace now into Urn. Always want to fly, he's about to die. Oh, okay, never mind. Stick charges and Soul Rep, plenty of sustain, but now he doesn't have it for V-Tune's Morphling. They trying to go in with a bit of extra damage. Toby closing in on a kill on Morph.
Oh, always want to fly.
Just a lane against man.
Yeah. I mean, he's securing Morph's farm, that's what matters. And Morph not afraid to use magic wand charges early on. Like right now, he's keeping it at 0. What is he bringing? Some extra regen, flask, healing salve on top of raid band. Like, he does not want to go back ever.
Stupendous.
Bounty rune for Iceberg to refill that bottle. Get RMS grab one, and there's one a little bit deeper there, so it should be the 2 for 2. Pop back to get it, but currently he's being chased around by a little range creep, holding the catapult wave a little closer to his own tier 1 here, so it will force Morphling to play up the lane. Much more forward position. Mid lane is pretty boring, right?
It is.
Both heroes farming.
No one's gonna grab a kill. Dragon Knight still saving a point in case he needs a Dragon Tail stun, and he gets it now. Very low on mana.
We're so close. Always want to fly. Very nearly had the kill on Toby, but the last decay, not enough damage. And now they're turning onto V-Tune. Toby's back in after salving up the waveform over. RMS. Oh, again. Very tight. Nearly had the pick up on the Morph. Gets himself up to strength, and a storm rotation coming in. Level 6, zips forward, looking for Aramis. He's not going to be able to catch him here. Now he will, but they're banished. Self-disruption, Iceberg, no remnant. He's got Arcane Rune going, so the Vortex arriving. He's going to need 2 more clicks? No. Vichin's waveform does the trick.
I don't think it's worth it. Like, you leave Dragon Knight, get a kill in position 4, Shadow Demon, but Dragon Knight's putting some pressure on the mid tower. Like, you needed to...
Rubik's coming in here.
You needed to swap Rubik a bit earlier, I would say, so that he can use the Fate Bolt on a creep wave, stop the push.
The Dragon Foam does end. Boom. Good 700 damage or so onto that tower. And then the one lane we haven't really looked at too much, top lane Shad, is going into the Helm of the Dominator. General having a real rough time now against Celery and Shad. Lucent Beams up to level 3 now, really shredding through Pango's HP pool. A bit of bottle regen. Fill him up a little bit. But he might just die here. Swashbuckle will be forced. He's got, never mind, he's got 10-1 charges. What am I saying? But it's a long walk.
It's still
back
very
to base,
early, Gary.
where?
When did you go to bed last night?
Too late. Playing Dungeons and Dragons Lacoste.
With Jenkins?
Yeah.
Then I forgive you.
Well worth it. Celery. Jumped on by Iceberg. They're going to try and go with the Inkswell here to maybe stun him up, but I think the chase is on.
Oh, it's
not
on.
Level 6 yet. And Iceberg is level 7. He's just going to keep running this Luna down. General has another swashbuckle in 3 seconds. They got the slow from the overload. Another ball. Lightning. He's popped his 1. Shad. Luna's still up and running, but will be found. As Iceberg, this rotation well worth the TP.
He was in the jungle farming, then went back and TP'd top once again with Storm Spirit, so Storm very active early on. It also gives Rubik free time on the mid lane. Like, he's defending against Dragon Knight. Double damage or Dragon Knight.
Now there's an Undying here. Spamming that decay. Bottom lane. Morphling gets away again from this SD bounty. Boom. Stuns up Aloha Dance. Fade Bolt, Telekinesis there, and Rubik is out safely, ever so barely. Flight to Moon right now, laning stage has gone exceptionally well for them. And I feel like the Storm and Morphling are going to be scaling very nicely, but in the back of your mind, Lacoste, do you feel like the timing from Viking when Luna, DK are ready to go, is it going to be potent enough?
I thought they're going to do much better in the laning stage. Flight of Moon, with this aggressive moves from the Storm Spirit, is doing so. They're stopping the snowball potential, and Viking GG. I mean, their lineup is good at every stage of the game, don't get me wrong. It's not like they're gonna hit the peak 20 minutes in and then everything just goes downhill. It's not. Like, you're always gonna have a late game with Luna, Dragon Knight, and Shadow Demon, but they wanna keep fighting. Once they get like one item on Luna, Helm of the Dom, one item on Dragon Knight, you wanna be forcing fights with the track.
Well, they're forcing fight bottom lane right now. A big 4-man track kill onto the Undying. Grab up the bounty runes on your way through as well. Iceberg
Middle tower is under attack.
down that medium camp. Bit of pressure onto the tier 1 and a regen rune spawns for him top.
Denied.
That's what you like to see as a Storm Spirit. He's gonna get stunned up here. Boom, thinking about going for the rune, but the long ball lightning will allow Iceberg just to take it.
Oh, Ocean Heart for Morphling. Perfect. He is the water.
So does it work all the time then?
It should.
He is the river. Where are we heading with Vikings? Smoking up with the Dragon Knight. So they're trying to really grow this game now. Get the DK Elder Dragon form in towards this tier 1 bottom lane. With the catapult wave, get that first objective. Luna is back farming jungle and they are going deep here looking for the Morphling with the track up on him. They can see that he's retreated far enough away that they cannot get a kill before the objective.
General will take the tower on the top lane. I know General is very greedy in terms of like getting the items. He's not just gonna keep the Javelin, but he's gonna turn that into Maelstrom before tanking up with the hero.
Oh, zip catch, Aramis, Shadow Demon, turns to disrupt the Storm Spirit now. Iceberg, gonna walk it off with the Phantom's Embrace on him, he's silenced, but he can get out of the Inkswell with a quick ball lightning if he needs to. The Soul Rip's there and the heal's good, as the Rolling Thunder connects onto Celery's Grimstroke, down and out as he's found by the Swashbuckler, and they've got Bounty Hunter deep as well. 3-0. Luna not involved, still farming jungle. Shad has just finished off Helm, so it feels like Vikings maybe just a step ahead of where they needed to be because Dragon Knight's picked off by General and Aloha Dance as well. Killed off by a neutral creep.
Well, Flight of Moon playing very well. After the laning stage, few rotations, they're defending their own tier 1 tower while they killed it on the top lane. I'm a bit worried because Undying, like, he does a lot of amount of healing, and if what does Rubik have? Lucent Beam, so that's another extra second of stun. Millisecond. It's actually 0.8 second. I thought it's way less. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's almost 1 second, right? I feel like it used to be different, but I don't know. I thought it was scaled from like 0.4 or something. But 0.8 at all levels here on that Lucent Beam. Very nice little table. Tier 1 tower bottom still up. Flight to Moon. Undying's going to come in, scout out the Bounty Hunter. And I think FTM trying to force a fight around this bottom zone. Tombstone's down, trying to focus the Bounty Hunter, but the Rubik's about to fall as Viking do take down Aloha Dance. Find the Tombstone for that bonus gold. 125 into the pockets of Shad.
We still have not seen Luna using Eclipse, and this should be a free tower. There's no way Flight of Moon defends this one. Some extra gold for Luna.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
But while this is all happening, you know, Storm's pushing mid. Morphling has had free farm in the jungle. He's got 1,500 gold saved up. Net worth 5,500 on him and Storm Spirit. So really starting to build a lead on these two big core heroes for FTM.
Dire's top tower is under
Aloha
attack.
Dance stealing out Breathe Fire.
Oof, I love this. Breathe Fire on top of Fade Bolt. Good luck dealing damage. It's gonna be extremely effective against Shadow Demon and Luna's illusions.
Man, he said it's a free game for Storm. Iceberg just doesn't care about anything. He sees a hero and he jumps them. General, stunned up by Boom, just walks it off as he grabs that arcane rune and fills his bottle back up. Viking committing so many heroes down to bot, looking towards that mid-tier one that they really desperately want to claim, but Dragon Form now ends. Morphling just TP's bottom lane. He's got plenty of jungle to farm once he's cleared out this wave. Farm out the Ancients, get that acceleration going. Easy. Apply to Moon. And now Storm Spirit has the entire map to play from, right? You were mentioning when he was farming jungle, kind of sneakily hiding in the fog, playing from darkness and appearing wherever he wants to. Now he's got every jungle camp available for him. And they're just like, okay, we're going to put General top, we'll push out the lane there. Get Aloha Dance a little closer to Ether Lens. I don't think FTM are in a rush at all.
They're not. They can be farming the items, but Bangalore just picked up Arcane Rune. So you want to take a fight with that one. Dragon Knight just finished off his Blink Dagger. But I could also see Viking going for a smoke. Bottom lane pushed in. Same goes for the top one. There is a smoke on Grimstroke, and here it comes.
Smoking into the Pango, though. Do they want to come here, where the Storm is?
Dire are scared.
They're going the long way. They're still trying to hunt down General's Pangolier. Celery's just gonna die, though. General swashbuckles into the creep wave. They disrupt the Grimstroke, but the Rolling Thunder General looking to connect onto anyone he can. I think Celery's just dead to rights. Not a chance in hell. So the smoke, the active move from Viking, actually nets them a loss.
I mean, if you want to feed, you don't need a smoke. You can just go. Rest of the team who was smoked was also not farming. It's hard for them to like execute a gank if they don't have the better vision. They need either a track or they need a good observer board where Dragon Knight blanks in and just stuns the target.
Morphling's gonna have E-Blade in like the next 2 minutes, by the way. He's got himself the Eagle Song very, very quickly working into the Ghost Scepter now. Oh, Toby. He's gonna get scouted out here. They know where the Bounty Hunter's in. Yeah, he's just obliterated. General's Roaring Thunder connecting multiple times. Now the lift back in. The disruption from Aramis, but the Tombstone dropped on the high ground now. They can't focus it down. They've got the Soulbind on the tomb.
You can't fight it with his Tombstone.
Looking for the stun with the Eclipse flying out. The Morphling arriving, but getting no kills. Turns into Shadow Demon, disrupts up the Luna, so they've got the illusions of Shad. The beams are bouncing, the glaives are jumping, and General's focusing down the Luna until she drops. Shad gone. That is just beautiful from FTM. Looking for Toby as a bonus kill. V-Tune on a mega
That's
kill.
a 14
streak. And Viking are wiped off the face of the map.
A surprise they didn't back off immediately after they saw a Tombstone on the high ground. Like, that's why I said you can't take this fight.
As the team on the timer here, Viking 6k net worth behind against a Morphling Storm. Well, what, 2 minutes for that E-Blade for Morphling? He's pretty much got it done. 1 minute later.
Huge wave on the bottom.
Massive amount of farm for him.
And both of the cores are not going for BKB yet. Alright, Dragon Knight is. He definitely needs it to stand the ground and just keep attacking the target. The problem is this Ethereal Blade on Morphling is gonna be good at every stage of the game. Like, Luna gets a BKB, it drops, you take a fight. If Morphling doesn't die, he's just gonna one-shot you after your BKB is gone.
You're so reliant now, as Viking, get this Dragon Knight into the fights Like, he's how you start fights. Disruption you want to use defensively. Inkswell, Blink, Dragontail is how you really want to get in on top of a target. Follow through with the Bounty Hunter, the Grimstroke combos. But here comes FTM, smoking up themselves. Walking straight into Aramis. Sorry, walking straight into nobody because he doesn't exist anymore. Then a long ball lightning onto the Grimstroke. Very quickly dispatching with both supports. They've got such good long-range reach here.
Look at the effective HP on Storm Spirit, Gary. Essence Ring, then he uses Bloodstone to heal him up. He's also getting some free charges with those 2 kills.
Unkillable. 407 on Iceberg Storm now.
Dire's middle tower
V-Tune.
is under attack.
I feel like maybe should go
Radiant are
top
scanning.
for tier 2. Think about Roshan in the next couple of minutes. It looks like they've made the decision to connect in with the other 3 heroes. Going from mid down towards bottom lane. But man, this is a real rough one for Viking now to make moves happen. Bounty Hunter in a difficult spot. Not really a teamfight hero. Very much, you know, a snowball scouting hero. Look for the opportunities, but he's scouted out by the Ob Sentry and immediately killed off. No,
that's a big one.
Oh my god, the Soulbind in with that damage from Shad. They've blown up Storm Spirit, no sustain comes out, but Morphling arrives, kills off the Luna, and in comes V-Tune. General with that Maelstrom damage, shredding through that Grimstroke as well. I was not expecting that damage that quickly, holy shit.
Yeah, he popped the Bloodstone, didn't use the Essence Ring. Like, immediately queues up a BKB. Like, I know that they have no damage that goes through BKB besides the Purge, which you don't really care too much about if you have enough mana. Aloha Dance, can they get this kill? Ace. Ice Frog says no.
30 seconds after I said Storm's unkillable, he dies, by the way. I'm just gonna keep my big mouth shut.
Caster's Curse, we were always good at that.
Oh yeah, now here comes Iceberg, he wants revenge. Dragon Knight down to half HP, Lucent Beams from the Rubik being spammed out. Aloha Dance with another lift up, drag back, he's dropping low and Aramis will try and pop him out with a poison. Not quite enough now, self-disrupts, but the Morphling clears up the DK as they trade the Rubik for him. It is V-Tune all the way home. One by one they go, Viking down and out as a triple kill for the Morphling, that E-Blade pickup. V-Tune slaying them.
General, he's unkillable. Let's curse him to have a more balanced game. 7-0 and 11. Like, they have ways of dealing with these illusions, even though illusions are not that strong at the moment. Luna needs to finish off her Manta style, and straight into Roche Pit they go. Morphling, Nether Shawl to mitigate some magical damage and also extra spell damage on his Ethereal Blade, which is pretty nice.
That is real powerful.
Your song has fallen to the Radiant.
Looking at Rubik, close to Blink, dying, has braces, that's all you need. We've already seen Pango, Storm and Morphling, all their item progression very, very nice. Boom, slowly working into that BKB, he's getting there, but it is a long journey. Luna, yes, going for Manta style after this Helm of the Dominator. You've gone past this peak. You're starting to plateau here as Viking. It feels a little until you get that next round of items, and you're still stuck trying to get into round one. Big arrow drawn there by the Undying. Morphling, go kill.
Dive Fountain, CIS, let's go. The Pega strat.
Dive, dive, dive. And Pango has full Greaves.
I think they feel right now how strong they are, and they want to take a fight no matter what.
Trying to force it somewhere. Bounty, Shadow Demon, a bot. So the 3 heroes around this dire side farming triangle, very isolated. They do get found out, but they've managed to deward the area pretty nicely. Radiant with vision pretty spread. And that tier 1 bottom lane, and of course, up near Roshan on the left-hand side.
Dire's middle tower
Viking holding the high ground. That's a long zip all the way past the high ground heroes. The Dragon Tail does stun up the Storm Spirit. Silence now, and Iceberg is about to fall. He's got the Agency Immortal, and he will be propped.
Essence
They've
Ring,
got the lift on the
use it.
Dragon Knight. And a buyback from Shadow Demon as Aramis dropped, but they've managed to zone out Viking. The Dragon Knight is all alone, and he will fall. A 3-0. Yes, they lost the Aegis, but the Storm is just balling out of control at this point. The dieback from Aramis is there as Iceberg focuses him down, and the Eclipse does nothing. Bloody nothing. The zap back with the E-Blade Ultra Kill. Give it a rampage, boys. V-Tune deserves it. Dragon Knight stand your ground, call GG, but here it comes. A rampage from Morphling. V-Tune chucks it all down and says it's over.
Well, not surprised that they called the game. Like, maybe some teams would still try to play it, but the game definitely looks over. Did Morph die? Now
trying to take advantage of it somehow.
They're waiting there on the high ground. They'll immediately burst through the Aphotic Shield. No-Tail is trying to run. The Smasher's after him. No-Tail's got the backup of Anna. Mind Control's going to head in. Liquid, they're diving on forward. GH will be kept safe by the Heavenly Grace. Kuro may have done a little tip by this time. Will be surrounded. The four of them take down Kuro. Put an end to his reign across the map. As OG responding in their numbers now in that middle lane. They won't let Liquid get away with this any longer.
They still, OG has a very strong way to fight, even in the early game. Even if they do have a greedy IO pick, it's what it provides you, especially when you have a Gyro. Gyro is all about that early fights, same thing with Tiny. And even Timbersaw, but Seb right now, we know he doesn't really want to show up except for the tower defenses. And he's also going to be matching that Chen, who's going to be an early mech. It's actually going to be a mech Timbersaw since they have IO. So this amount of sustain that could come out from OG pretty soon is going to be pretty hard for Liquid to deal with this. Seb, he actually jumps forward for GH.
He goes deep. Weir's going to turn with a focus fire. Seb, of course, has got the max reactive armor. Thanks to that, Shackle won't latch. Seb, continue to back off. Chains out, back over the river. He's fine. Liquid will try and turn their attention towards Thompson, but with No-Tail by his side, they cannot dive up to the high ground. Seb holding them back.
5 Liquid heroes in the mid lane. Trying to brawl again at the same time as last game. It's 13 minutes in, and there's 9 heroes or 8 heroes positioned around this area. They want to go for No-Tail, but he's got ulti.
Miracle's going to continue to chase this under the Titu, and they will get it. Seb is trying to turn. The missile is out on the Kuro. Does Seb have the burst? Not quite. Magnetizes out, and Seb has to retreat. Shackle does latch. Liquid. They've got the lockdown. They've got the roll for the kickback. They'll crush him. Liquid. They're diving again.
They want top.
They got a bit of a flavor of how OG was playing in these last 2 games, and they're saying we could do it too. Thompson pops the cooldown. They won't go too crazy. They'll let him live. They don't want to dive up towards the tier 3. They know TPs are coming in.
They have to make sure they're hitting the tower because the side lanes are being split pushed. Ana as well as Jerax are actually pressuring these other 2 towers. And they're not even going to get this one here. It's down into deny range. OG might be able to deny that mid tower if they choose to do so. Liquid with an overzealous dive there, not losing anybody, but the side lanes giving a lot to that Tiny as well as that IO. And we know this the timing. It's all about just waiting for IO to get not only Aghanims, but get that level 15 count. That's what OG wants.
He's diving in. Onto Kuro with the flak as well. Hand of God will not keep Chen alive today.
GH will not get TP'd out. Jerax actually TP's in and gets the toss up at the exact timing.
And OG's actually not done, as they are still hunting for action. Miracle the focus. Thompson's got a DD. A power shot does come out. Lands on Thompson.
A bit too aggressive there from Thompson. He'll throw down the call down just to clear the
The Shackle actually reaches across the trees, but No-Tail. He's there with a shield. Thompson goes for the TP out. The focus fire to the damage. It's not enough.
Right.
Thompson save. A spray on the way out. Thompson will escape. Liquid, it's 9-6 in their favor, but the net worth difference, it's pretty much even. As you say, sure, Liquid, they are bringing the aggression, finding the kills, but space is being given to those important members of OG.
Yeah, especially Ana. Halfway to that Aghanims already. Level 11 finished up. He's got the Spirits applied slow, so he can fight as soon as he has that Aghanims, of course, with the talent, but the big one is that 15, that extra Spirit hero damage that does come out. But yeah, look at this immediately. Seb now positioned up top. He wants to push the top tower as soon as Liquid is positioned in mid. And Jarek's already looking to set up down toward the bottom lane. Liquid have to just get these towers. Have to get some type of map advantage here.
Once Ana has the Aghanims, things are going to start getting very tricky for Liquid when they turn up like this.
Yeah.
The Spirits will be out.
Yeah, and they have Bristle. That's a good thing, right? Bristle can be good versus the IO. If you can get on top of him, the goo. You don't have the highest armor traditionally on the IO, but he's versus an actual counter. Timbersaw, very good versus Bristle back at all stages.
Are fortified.
It's just that farm game, OG.
They've got mind control. Looking towards Seb up top, but it's hard really for these heroes without the shackle shot or GH getting a beautiful angle. It's very hard for them to kill Seb.
It's very hard for them to kill pretty much anybody if they don't have Weehaw. If they can catch some of the supports and running around by themselves, they can maybe pick them up, but they really need Weehaw for the damage. The rest of them do not really provide that at this point of the game versus what they're against. Magnetize can be good, but there's a lot of ways that they can deal with it. Not only with the tankiness of how they are, but also there's an advantage. We just remove it a lot of the times.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And Seb, he could just get away with this, pushing this wave into the tier 2 every single time, knowing that sure, if Liquid do come for him, it's going to be so many of their resources that it's probably going to be worth it for OG to have Seb positioned that aggressively and for him to draw that much attention towards him. Thompson's getting space, Ana's getting space.
Look at that build by Thompson. Diffusal gyrocopter.
Wait, what?
Diffusal. Gyrocopter, I just said it.
Stretch diffusal gyrocopter. Fancy that, Thompson.
So
doing something that I don't think I've ever seen this.
Kind of. I mean, it's interesting because it's going to provide a lot of mana burn, which is going to be annoying for Liquid.
Okay.
It gives you a lot of agility, and it gives you ways to run around and chase heroes down, I guess.
It's Liquid.
Different.
They've got the kill swap, getting mobile again.
They can transition this into a Roche. DD rune on the Bristleback, they've got Pipe. Yeah, they can easily do this one with the Medallion as well. However, OG, they know what's going on. They can look to contest this as well as, do they have the Aghanims finished up? It's almost there for Ana. And they're pinging it. They seem, now they're aware of it, but it looks like it's almost too low for them to contest with all this minus armor. As Liquid will get away with this one.
Well, let's see what they can do with it. Aegis, Pipe, they have those early tools to start making moves. Start looking towards some of these tier 2 towers.
Ags is complete now on the IO. So Ags IO finished, and we're about to hit 20 minutes. So I'm assuming that OG's gonna buy the tome, give it to that IO so he gets the extra spirit damage. Liquid, they gotta group up and try to get something big here. They gotta catch out these backlines heroes. They really have to get on top of the IO with a nice shackle shot for We had to focus fire him. They have to control and stun the IO.
Hunting for Ana. I won't quite find, but definitely, yeah, thinking about it, this diffusal blade, I see what you mean. It does make sense, right? There is, you look at what Miracle and Mind Control in particular.
They're completely dependent on their mana.
And they're dependent on the fights being drawn out, right? Yeah. They revel in situations where the fight continues. And sure, they can't kill them quickly necessarily, OG, but Thompson, he can burn, he's going to take their mana away, and they're going to be essentially sort of these useless, tanky targets on the front that OG can then ignore and look for the more volatile kills.
And he's acting as this like super frontliner. And Bristleback is a hero that if you don't have mana, you don't have damage. So if he's just going to be burning the Bristle, I can see it. I can see it. And he's super farmed, and look how tanky he is. 2,000 HP on the gyro. There's going to be an MKB finish now for Weehaw, so his damage is going to be very high as Seb's getting slowed down. He's got greens available, but he's getting burst.
I mean, they're bringing him low. He's got the shield. Now they'll be able to turn. Cooldown's dropped down by Thompson. And here we have it. His mana's gone. He's able to pop the stick, get it a fair bit of it back, and he's able to head back in, pushing OG. Back behind the racks. They're getting a good amount of damage onto this tier 3 tower. Liquid, they push on.
On Io. That Spirit Hero damage is there now. Ana gonna join the fray finally.
There we have it. Miracle's mana. It's pretty much entirely gone by Thompson's focus. Look towards GH. He can't get out. There's no mana. GH. He's dead. And now OG. They have that numbers advantage for this defense. They'll try and change the ball. Thompson. The rocket barrage brings Miracle down. There's the shackle turnaround. They're looking for JerAx. JerAx backing away. Thompson focusing Miracle. Miracle's still out of mana because of this diffuse. JerAx is able to cover. The GA is out. We all will fall though. The magic damage is there for Thompson. Miracle's trying to run. Another stick charge pop, but JerAx can shut him off. In fact, JerAx, he's ready to try and look for more potentially. There's only the once. Thompson, he's on top of Kuro. Another cooldown there. The toss back into the combo. JerAx has the control. They're all getting picked apart as mind control falls. Miracle is surrounded. And they're all able to get this as well. OG, they will hold.
And they're even taunting. They taunt him to the dragon. Holy crap. Thompson, the defusal is absolutely working for all their mana.
But I don't think anyone would have expected to see Gyro, the deciding game. The defusal blade Gyro, it is perfect for this point of the match.
He just did an insane amount of damage, frontlines the entire time, and then Ana just has free reign to get all that Spirit Hero damage, and it's back completely the other way, and it feels like the control is just gone for them.
What do you do?
Team ban.
Moving on from this, so they take out the Rubik very quickly there. Good respect ban. Up. Our dance. Again, banning out Lycan. Not wanting to deal with any of these push strats.
They banned out Drow Ranger in the previous game.
Interesting one.
10 seconds remaining.
What else are you afraid of here?
Dire team ban.
That first phase, Batrider, General's hero gone. I honestly would kind of like to see them ban out Pangolier. You know, focus on General a little bit because he has been exceptionally good on this FTM side. Opting for the another thing in like he had a place. Laning stage was decent, got a pretty quick earn, but then if you don't get those track kills and you don't get the snowball going, he
10 seconds
doesn't start team fights. He doesn't offer you too much apart from
5 seconds
continuing that gold influx.
I could understand their draft, like Luna gets Helm of the Dominator, Dragon Knight, we have a beefy frontliner that gets into your face, extra creep, whether it's aura or whether it's another stun, and they just run at people. With the track, it's a lot of chaos. They have enough tower damage to keep the going, but all these pieces never came together.
Dire team pick.
What's it with?
Wait, is Cottle? They could, okay, Pangolier. So we could go, SD, Oracle, no Rubik.
10 seconds remaining.
I'm fine with Coddle, you just need to have a good combo, any kind, like a Dragon Knight, whether it's Ember Spirit's banned out, Ember Spirit's just banned out in every single game.
Yeah. I mean, DP Cottle's not that bad. Gives you really nice control around towers, get the exorcism onto the objective, Will-O-Wisp to zone people out, suck them in with a hypnotize, silence them with that AoE from Death Prophet.
Radiant team.
They might be thinking about Grimstroke, yeah. It's always good against Pangolier.
It's a pretty solid block pick as well. Don't let Viking have the Pango Grim together on their side.
You're still not revealing anything. That Prophet could be played as position 5, even though I'm not a big fan of it. It's still doable. Win some of the games. I wouldn't say that it's a Dead Prophet who won you the game, but if somehow you don't lose the laning stage, she's gonna have much more influence than other position 5s.
It also leaves Viking in a weird spot now. Oracle, Rubik, Earthshaker, Phoenix, Shadow Demon, and Grimstroke gone. Keeper of the Light. Do they go? Oh, Enchantress is out there. They are very solid with the Enchantress for Stellary. I don't think I've seen them play Chen recently, which used to be one of their really strong go-to heroes. But Enchantress against Grimstroke, good pressure with you know, in a Pango lane potentially.
Yeah, you also dispel the Inkswell. So you kind of shut down the Grimstroke. The only spell you're afraid is Stroke of Fate, and here it is.
Honestly, they were like running out of options. I think Enchantress is still a very solid one for them. Gives them some lane domination as well, potentially. Flight to Moon still very flexible with the Death Prophet. Don't know where she's heading. A similar story for Viking on the other side. Very likely here the Enchantress and the Grimstroke are going to be your 2 position 5s.
They banned out Bloodseeker, which says this is a core Pangolier.
Oh yeah, that's true. Good point.
10 seconds.
Does it indicate anything else? Like, are we thinking, you know, Slark pick or anything like that?
5 seconds.
Possibly. Even though Fly the Moon, they love to pick Slark for themselves. If it's a good Slark game, VTune really knows how to play the hero.
Ban up against.
Dire team pick.
In there.
Void Spirit still in the pool. I think this hero will be contested in the second picking phase.
10 seconds remaining.
What do you feel about Nyx for
5
Viking?
seconds remaining.
Don't really have a setup stun.
I don't know about Nyx. It just feels that he does much less than other position 4s. I mean, I'm fine if you run it as position 5. Whew. That Prophet with Undying, that's gonna be a lot of damage. Like
And the save from Soul Rip as well. Much. There's nonsense flying at you, zombies and ghosts.
10 seconds remaining.
Place.
Bring out that Gyro. I want to see Gyro or Medusa for Viking. Medusa is once again popular as a hero. Not necessarily right now, but as maybe your last pick or just the 4th pick. If that's a core Pangolier, you need position 4 with some kind of a stun, I would say. Tusk is one that comes to my mind, but then he can't use the Snowball if he's leashed by Grimstroke ulti.
It already feels like Viking have like been drafted into a box by Fly to Moon, honestly. All these bans, the Grimstroke snag. Back into the Undying, they showed how powerful hero can be in that laning stage in game 1. And that Death Prophet's going, so you can't even get your lane matchups where you want them to be.
They're really taking this through.
Team pick. Radiant team pick.
It's gonna be your position 4, I guess. So they swap things around, and the immediate Phantom Lancer pick. Witch Doctor hates playing into PL. There is a Leshrac out there.
You're very squishy with this lineup. Pangolier, Enchantress, Witch Doctor. A lot of single target abilities. And once again, good call from you, Gary.
Like, I did a sharp inhale of breath there. Like I said Leshrac, and I just went, like, I know. It's really scary. Really scary. If you get soulbound up and caught out by the PL, like, the whole Leshrac versus PL thing kind of goes 2 ways, right? Yes, Lesh has that big AoE damage. You can clear through illusions, catch him with a stun.
But if you have no mana, then you can't use your spells, and then you're just another hero with the like ability to die.
You're just a range creep.
What do they need? They need a carry that deals well against the Phantom Lancer.
Yeah, I'm now gone. I mean, Pangolier and like Pango and Leshrac deal with the PL, right? That's their job. Enchantress, Witch Doctor have to deal with the Grimstroke, the Undying. So they need a hero, like they need a kind of a tanky hero who doesn't soak up too much farm from the Lesh and the Pango. It doesn't feel like they can go for.
Radiant team pick.
If they want to put Lash on the side lane, they could get like a different kind of a mid. Dragonite's still available. I think it's also a hero that Fly the Moon could pick. I just love 9th and pick Dragonite. I also love 2nd and 1st phase Dragonite.
Remaining. 5 seconds. Dire team pick.
God, this is so. Phantom Assassin. Gap close onto the DP. That's pretty nice. Got Cleave, can buy Battle Fury. But I'm kind of hoping she goes for the faster, you know, like Desolator build. Go for early tempo here.
Yeah, I've seen that quite a lot in high MMR games. They tend to go for Deso. And you can always switch like back to Battle Fury, even though it's not like the greatest idea, but you have 25% Cleave on level 15.
Yeah, exactly. So now we find out, does General take the DP? Or is that an Iceberg hero for mid? It looks like they want a teamfight starter, like Beastmaster here would be great for me on it. Vision from the Hawk, double roar, play with a Grimstroke or the Undying really nicely. Almost a save with the roar to try and keep DP out of danger.
Or I know that they also played that Prophet on position 3 and then put something else on a mid lane.
Like a Storm
it's once again a good Storm Spirit game, yeah.
It really is, isn't it? That's probably what they're thinking right now. Like, hey guys, we can just go Storm again and annihilate these kids. But it does leave them a little lacking in the stun department, I feel. Grimstroke and Storm are going to be your only control in a team fight.
Lina, choose your hero.
Lina? Not seen her in a while. We were talking about her not too long ago. Very squishy, very susceptible to getting gap closed. Lina.
I expected, a bit disappointed, you can hear it in my voice. I expected something else. I don't think Lina is a game-winning hero, ever. But it's a burst damage and they're gonna swap General to position 3. Like, you don't have any reliable stun. You don't have a way of initiating a fight. So, like, this lineup will be more counter-reactive and just grouping up, going as 5. I prefer Vikings lineup in this one.
Around the DPLT.
5 seconds remaining.
Like, Viking don't have any cooldowns at all. Like, they are all low cooldown ability heroes. Rolling Thunder really the only one that they might have to wait for. Soulbind is going to be big this game though. Gurna Blades, Lances, Spirit Siphon, Soul Rips. Lots of good stuff. What's the Lina Lesh mid matchup like? Does Lina just win that lane?
Yeah, I'm gonna say 60-40 for Lina. You outrange the Lash, and Lash can't really land a stun on you. But you can land a stun on Lash.
Yeah, like you just click, right? You just 0-1-1 build, Light Strike Array. Even if you miss the Lash, you can secure a range creep and then just click, click, click. Down that Lash's HP. Witch Doctor and Ench. They're okay at rotating and coming into, you know, collapse onto mid lane, but not amazing by any means. Here we go, game 2, the Shad Phantom Assassin, showing off all the there.
Last match is PA, 21-4, that's a good sign.
Good sign. Death Prophet for General. No relics, were a bit disappointing, but nevertheless, here we are. Viking, currently 1-0 down up against Fly to Moon. Aramis on the Witch Doctor heading up towards
Prepare
top.
for battle.
As Boom Lesh will be facing off against the Iceberg Lina in that mid spot. PA and Ench for Shad and Celery bottom lane. General with Aloha Dance, your DP Grim. Always want to fly Undying is going to swing bottom lanes to secure some bounty runes. V-Tune alone top on the PL. As Toby taking a little while to leave the fountain, but he will. Iceberg 22 Lena, sorry you crazy.
I mean, that's a 20
last pick Lena.
Last pick Lena. Seems like he's, guys, this is my game. I know how to play Lena, trust me. Just pick it for me, I'll do the rest. Like the only, I mean,
It looked intense.
Lena against Phantom Assassin and Pangolier, she needs to be careful about Pangolier's Rolling Thunder. I don't think PA will be blinking aggressively in the first like 15 minutes on top of Lena.
Yeah, like her only save is Soul Rip, right? There's nothing to actually save Lena outside of that. See how things go though. Bottom bounty runes should be in the hands of Flight to Moon. Shad considering that movement forward. Doesn't want to go down the staircase though. And Phantom Lancer tries to sneak one away, but Toby will grab it for the two. Lance first for Phantom Lancer, dealing with a swashbuckle from Toby, trading hits pretty evenly there between the two of them. Undying will come join him.
Aramis with Boots of Speed on Witch Doctor.
Goes. Interesting. Still not leveling anything up either.
Well, maybe he wants to pull the second wave. That is when you get the boots. Okay, so Toby will be the one picking up the... Makes sense. Like, I was wondering why he would buy boots, because this lane, like, you don't really need to run from something, so that's one of the reasons why, and then you bring some extra regen after.
Man, this mid lane, Iceberg is just whacking away at Boom, but early point in Lightning Storm here. You know, we've seen a lot of lashes. Go into this now, secure some CS, get some good trade back with that harassment. So set up for that split earth potentially onto Iceberg if he gets a little bit aggressive.
There's a lot of denies, and a lot of missed CS, and a lot of missed stuns on top of that. That's the second one that I caught.
Boom still doing reasonably well. Shad bot lane is having a rough time regen wise. General spamming out the Crypt Swarms. Don't have a salve or anything here, so just gonna have to be the tangos going for them. Still 7-1 for the PA. Farm going. Breakaway mid. Iceberg's gonna have to salve up soon. Working his way towards bottle, which he's very close to.
Usually we don't see those fast bottles anymore. Since runes are spawning at the 4-minute mark, you just buy some mangoes and extra regen, but if you can get the bottle after these two creeps, that's gonna be big.
Definitely should be. So he'll be getting chased out. Always want to fly, held back by the cask. The pull across from Aramis not quite going to work out. Lane pretty good for FTM.
It's a tough lane for them on the top lane. Always want to fly will secure another lane for V-Tune.
Very nicely done. Does need to consider pulling across this next wave though. Have pushed a little too far forward here, and V2 not in the best of positions to continue farming. Lesh now leading in that mid lane. Iceberg not trading as effectively as maybe he would have wanted. Have a full wave coming in towards him though. 45 seconds until the rune spawns up, and he'll need that for the bottle refill very, very desperately. South, 13-1. Farming very nicely on this Death Prophet. Celery. Keep tabs on Aloha Dance, but the dive in under the tier 1. Chad to slow down.
They can swap the target.
Spirit Siphon comes back onto Celery, and the Inkswell connecting. First blood's gonna go the way of FTM as Celery falls, and they might even think about finding Shad. Creep wave is about to drop. Top lane, even more decay stacks up for Always Wanna Fly. 16. Salves himself back up to almost full.
Oh, he is in trouble.
Make a move on him though. He is dead now. The cast bounced back onto that Maledict. Should all but secure his life. Mango Soul Rip maybe? Ooh. This
I don't
could be
think
a
it's
bit
worth
tight.
it. He's gonna die anyway.
Does drop.
Mid lane.
Come back into lane.
Lash with the haste rune. Man, Lina 21 against 19, but look at the levels.
Yeah, I was just about to say, but the thing is, Boom is going for a solo kill here. All the Edict is going onto the creep, and it is only level 1. But yeah, Lina very nearly level 6, right? So 3/4 of a level ahead of that Lash.
Seems like Boom wants to steal their bounty. Yeah?
Don't let Lina refill the bottle.
This is how you win lanes, and Grimstroke couldn't get close. Celery was already in the
body
range.
blocks. That range creep in front of him, but now the turnaround. Boom is still here to try and get a kill on Aloha Dance, but it's a 1-for-1 regardless of what happens now. Shad's coming with a jump in, Phantom Strike, and the dagger to slow General down. Spirit Siphon with 8-1 charges and a Fairy Fire. Surely can't be dead here. I'll even turn to give them another Crypt Swarm in return. Fallen top lane. Aramis and Toby getting a little bit too big for their boots up there.
Always on a fly, doing his job. Once again, providing everything V2 needs in the laning stage. Some kills, like he was left with 50 HP. They did not bring him down.
Corner. Both of the supports, Celery and Aloha Dance, by the way, TP mid to refill the bottles of their mid laners. Boom is still not level 6 though. And bottom Arcane Rune, Iceberg is going to try and wander himself down there. He's got level 3 Dragon Slave, or this Light Strike Array. No! He denies the rune right in front of him as Aramis dies up top. V2 takes him down.
That feels so bad, taking Arcane Rune from Lina. At least for Lina.
Up and grab it.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Now Lash with the full bottle advantage. Pinging out the Lina. Celery Centaur coming forward. Berg makes the long walk back. Bit of a weird quietening down of the laning stage. Continues free farming top, but the PA bottom. Chad's still doing an exceptional job. That CS coming in. Centaur stomp off the back of a cask. A lot of damage as they do land the Split Earth, and that magic damage onto Iceberg shreds the Lina. That's why it is so problematic.
Whoa!
They do get the trade though. Lashrak destroyed by Aloha Dance, and this Undying as Always Wanna Fly TP'd in.
He definitely didn't expect this much damage. Now Aloha Dance will be getting some XP, and on the bottom lane, that Prophet is about to hit level 6. This wave and half of the other one is gonna be enough. I want to see rotation on the bottom lane. They need to play around this exorcism.
You said the words, I want to see a rotation. Iceberg TP top, landed Light Strike Array, and just Laguna bladed them down. Bottom, they do rotate in onto General. He's got 1 charges and Spirit Siphon, but this impetus damage and the chase from the little golems should be able to bring down General quite simply. Shad, maybe thinking about the secondary target here, could look to jump on Aloha Dance, but it's a little too deep for his liking.
Keen Optic picked up by Phantom Lancer. You give that to your Lina. Extra cast range, extra mana regen. She's gonna be using stuns much easier. Poor man's shield. You trade that with Lina. Listen here, bro. We're gonna trade those items, send them in 3, 2, 1 so no one can steal it. I don't know if you've ever done that, if you're playing on Friends with Discord, on Discord. Like, send it right now. Like it.
Right now, get into the stash, click it quickly. Make sure you get the item. Boom, invis here off a rune. Always want to fly. Teasing with the sentry ward. Puts the tombstone on the high ground. He's still going to get stunned up and shredded. Shad has fallen elsewhere as general. Getting a kill down south. Always want to fly. Does fall, but the chase is in. V-Tune looking with the help of Iceberg to zap down the Shrek and then get it quite simply. Aramis into the Roshan pit, but this Phantom Lance is not done just yet. Thinking about jumping forward aggressively with a backup of Lina. Obi and Aramis able to walk it off.
That cast range.
What happened down there?
Caught him on the very edge. Keen optic. Play coming through. That Prophet. Ulti is used, but they
killed the PA.
didn't get anything. They killed the PA?
Yeah, they killed the PA. At the same time as that Lashrak was going into the dire jungle, they killed the PA at exactly the same time.
My observance skills are not that great. I was just focusing on Lina, and Undying was very pleased to see that Undying is almost level 6 before 10 minutes, which is surprising. Like, he's good to go.
Yeah, he's ready. Level 3 soul rip, let's go.
Top tower is under attack.
Boom, working on that Yule Scepter slowly but surely. As Iceberg's Lina, 1600 gold saved in the bank, starting to wonder where she's heading.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Unfortunate. They try to make a play. They smoke. If rune spawns on the bottom lane, Lashra goes for the rune. He would get stunned by Lina, and it should be a death of Lashrak. No
Dire's top tower.
raindrops, like he used all of them already. Top tower taken by Pangolier. He's going for fast Spirit Vessel, which is a great item. One of my favorites one in this patch, on top of having Halberd. Again,
Super good against the DP.
Undying and the DP, you're correct.
TP's down to bottom lane. General. Exorcism in 28 seconds. Grimstroke's here. It looks like Iceberg Lina may be going to be wandering down there as well. Now, Iceberg still has 2,500 gold saved up. Lacoste, what is he buying?
Does he want to go for Shadow Blade? I don't know. I just feel like Yule Scepter is always the best choice on Lina for setting things up. Having a save 2 minutes now. Like, we'll stop with the all chat, otherwise we're gonna be having a 5-minute pause. I'm gonna sip on some tea, Gary.
Oh yeah. I'm just wondering, you know, the Boots of Travel Lina, are those days dead now ever since the changes to bots? I feel like we just don't see the item anymore.
No, it's the best item if you want to throw the game.
Well, that's what Iceberg's considering right now. Why throw the game? I mean, really, outside of Yule Scepter, the only other option we've really seen consistently is that Ether Lens build. But I think he would have gone for that by already. PL well on his way towards the Yasha. Looks like he's going to go Yasha into Diffusal Blade after, and not opting for the Manta Rush or the Diffusal Blade Rush, so going for this kind of stopgap item. Get the Yasha to increase his farm speed a little bit. PA over on the Radiant side has treads queued up again, so going for double treads, obviously.
2 feet. Need to get 2 boots. I think it's much better if he goes for Deso this game, so that she can fight with the team. And you have a 15 talent, 25% cleave, which is going to help you against PL and the illusions. This way you threatened kills on these supports who really don't have that much armor.
Toby doesn't even have boots, does he? Like, you said he was going for a fast Spirit Vessel. I didn't quite realize what you meant.
It's that fast.
I mean, like 300 gold away from it. Where's he TPing? Is he TPing down bottom lane? He is. So that's Witch Doctor Pango setting up bot. PA Ench sitting near mid, farming away in jungle camp. Boom can TP bot in a couple of seconds if need be.
They don't.
In fact, the
they
entirety
really
of Viking
don't.
can.
With these 2 heroes, Witch Doctor and Pango, they can kill at least one of the heroes on the bottom lane.
No way for Undying to rotate there either. No TP in his inventory. 1 in stash, which he needs to get delivered out.
Rotation from Undying. You're making me laugh, Gary. No boots Undying making a rotation.
He's got win place, Lacoste. He's so speedy. Poor always want to fly. 751 net worth at 10 minutes. You were saying, you know, you were glad he's level 6. I guess this is the price you pay.
Yeah, you can't have both. Like, you can't have boots and have high level on this hero.
It's impossible. What's Ench up to? Boots up. Pretty selfless hero, Celery. Witch Doctor going for Veil. Is that real? Witch Doctor rushing, sorry, not just going for, but rushing Veil. He has the Bassi.
Magical. EA Lash has.
Yeah, it feels a little bit odd.
Recipe.
I mean, it used to be really good against PL, back when you could use Veil on PL and his illusions, and it would show you which is the real one. But it hasn't done that in a long time, right? It doesn't have a nice build-up. Lina does have the Yule Scepter queued up, so it looks like Iceberg has finally decided to go for the natural, normal route of itemization. Going on, Fly to Moon. Fix your headphones. General. That poor catapult's gonna die before he can really do too much down here, isn't it? Over 20 seconds, yeah, almost 30 seconds until Exorcism as well.
I feel bad for Jen.
Go.
Die. Waited. And now you're gonna die. I never liked the pauses.
Takes you out of the rhythm.
It does. Especially when... happened to 5 minutes.
Awesome.
It's a minute.
Good tower pressure there from General, but like you said, he does die. They bring a number of heroes down south, trying to jump and catch Aloha Dance on his way out. Dagger forward, try and give them the vision. They do have an Inkswell here. Aloha Dance trying to retreat away to his tier 1, but Aramis should be able to connect with the cask and shouts Phantom Strike in, secures themselves a kill. So 2 kills off the back of that tower defense bottom lane, and potentially the option here for Viking to go for one of their own. Did commit a lot of heroes down here, but General has already respawned and he's straight back down south. So no chance there for Viking.
Bango got a kill.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Shadows. Problem is, Light Moon, they can't start a fight. That's a problem that
Well, they...
during pick phase, what do you do? To either bait with someone, the best. Or you can use Scepter aggressive, then your Lina have.
Yeah, I thought they were going to go smoke there with the Grimstroke Lina. You know, Yules is done, they have a smoke over on Aloha Dance. But he just comes in to refill the bottle. They, like you're saying, they don't want to go and aggressively hunt for kills because they're a little bit afraid of how squishy this Lina is. They still need time for V-Tune to get into that Diffusal Blade and the period of the game where Phantom Lancer feels strong enough to actually go and meet his opponents in battle. They will smoke and connect with the General and always want to fly now. Should be an easy kill on Celery if they find him, but that's not the target they want. PA and Lesh have both been farming very deep in this jungle,
Gank
What
the
Iceberg
courier,
and Aloha
get
Dance are
whatever you
looking
can.
for. Celery. Tagged by the Light Striker Ray. Don't even need the Laguna Blade, so Iceberg manages to hold on to it for the next target.
Fly, like, I got this one. Courier.
Punch the courier. Toby cutting through the trees off to the east. Hiding away. Aramis and Boom taking top outpost. Got a decent creep wave to come and push into that tier 2 top lane, but PL is there ready to farm it up. They have just shown though, like PL has just TP top, right? And this is something that Viking will have seen. So maybe they could start a fight down bottom lane in like a 5v4.
Like Aramis is, man, I can't believe he just non-waste cutting us out.
Is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
It looks like Viking are just going to leave that bottom tower to die. PA left-hand side going straight into Desolator like we both wanted.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Vitamin. Very spread.
Radiant's bottom tower
Map.
is under attack.
He does indeed. What's he heading into? Yule Scepter for him. So they're going to have double Yules. Fly to Moon. Coming towards the mid lane. They really do want to try and catch a kill on this Leshrac, but he's got a Yule Scepter of his own now.
Hard to itemize. About it, they have pure damage, they have magical and
Is under attack.
They're trying to catch Celery. Yule Scepter up from Boom. Delays the chase, but Celery looks like another Dragon Slave here should be able to catch him out. Iceberg's gonna Yules him up. Do you need to Light Strike Array this? Well, okay, you'll do it anyway. The jump in though, onto the back lines of FTM. General blown up, but the Assault Line's there. Death Ward down and bouncing it on to always want to fly. Good damage, but not enough to kill him off. So the 1-for-1 with a buyback from the Enchantress. Now the high ground held as Iceberg and Aloha Dance looking for the wraparound. Viking smoked up and going deep. The Phantom Lancer. Oh, hello, goodbye. V-Tune walks on by. Aloha Dance. He's completely caught out though. Out in the open, all alone. And Boom with Toby will quite happily grab his life.
Phantom Lancer had a good laning stage. He's farming quietly. We did not talk about him. Dodged the gank, didn't die a single time. Closer to...
And that's when this Phantom Lance is going to be huge. Seems FTM doing a great job keeping V-Tune in these very prominent positions. Always want to fly, safeguarding his own triangle. Getting tagged by the Swashbuckle now, the Spirit Vessel in. Always want to fly, trying to kill himself off to Ancients, but that's not going to work out. Celery and Toby making short work of the Undying.
This should make my life easier.
Boom, walking straight up high ground. A little bit risky.
I see Boots of Travel queued up on Lena. I'm not liking it. Offensive item. Oh, like type. Hero gets Shadow Blade.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures
Once
are
she
fortified.
farms Aghanim Scepter, double Laguna Blade with the stroke, that's gonna be how they come back. I'm not saying they're far
Dire's
behind
bottom tower
Viking
has
GG,
fallen.
but Viking GG are the one are tower, smoke, they are in the drive. Assassin press before Deso. If they get a kill or two, they might.
Well, Aloha Dance may now know there's an Observer Ward somewhere in this area. Did get hit up by that Yule Scepter.
Kill into Roche.
There it
Happy
is.
timing, Flash, Diabolic Edict. Deso, towers.
And a
Wall
regen
the
rune for Boom.
Vitamin, they know.
Fly to Moon. Level 1 Tombstone, not the best. Will go inside the pit though and give them a little bit of vision now as Iceberg moves in with a light strike array onto Toby. Good damage on the Shad as well, but Roshan's about to fall. No way to jump into the pit as General with the Spirit Siphons and the Ghost flying out towards Celery, but the light strike array is off the mark as Iceberg unable to stick on the target and the Death Ward's down and Death Prophet will join them in the ground. Shad chasing back the Phantom Lancer as Toby's little Rolling Thunder doing very little, but it's the PL that's caught by Boom. Dead as V-Tune, completely isolated. The rest of his team nowhere to be found. Guna Blade does take that Pangolier down, but Roshan now in the hands of Viking. Aegis the Immortal grabbed up as well.
They didn't even manage to kill Phantom Assassin. I know Phantom Lancer of the last track, so a tank here. He just finished Blade, has BKBQ. It's also one of
Illusion.
the track, but there's God. Straight into Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah.
Realizes that
Very nice. Grove Bow. See if they give that to Lena. I'm looking at RMX and his builds, honest. I'm just gonna watch this Witch Doctor for the rest of the game. Bale, Necro Book. Funny times.
great synergy. Veil, you amplify magic damage, they kill the red Necro. You can eat Matt.
Very powerful. Math. Math. Heading with Shad, Celery, and Boom along that tree line. Toby just swashbuckling forward towards that bottom rune spot. 10 minutes for 10 seconds for bounties to spawn. 10 minutes? Although hard dance is still getting chased down. Boom, not quite going to have the Yule Scepter range, but they found always want to fly on the high ground anyway. And there we have the Yules in the splitter. Down go the two FTM supports. The bounty rune is going to be claimed and gathered up by Viking. V-Tune is trying to find any room on the map that he can. Getting into a BKB next. This is one of the kind of rough things, right? If you don't go Hood on PL against Lesh, and you go Yash at Diffuse the Blade, you kind of have to go BKB if you get behind.
Need to be afraid of this snowball potential from Viking. Assassin, 700 gold, defend BKB. Half talent.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
PL.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Pushbuckle. Yeah.
Radiant
Like
structures
real.
are fortified.
Go in, fish for some. Very tanky.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Enough, full Aghanims.
Alright, here we go. Shad, Aegis, 1 minute 30 until it expires. Fly to Moon looking to defend their tier 2 mid. V-Tune getting free reign of that top area of the map, no one really stopping him. But FTM just have to keep dropping these objectives, letting Viking take what they want wherever they want it. Now Toby, Greaves, Haynes. Smoke up with him and Witch Doctor. Where are they heading?
I noticed it. Scepter never stay like half Aghanims.
Yes, I do. He's halfway. Yeah, he's halfway towards Ags. He's halfway towards Mech.
Towards, but he has like Mech.
Okay. But I don't know about that. If he has like, you know, headdress and like if he has headdress and chainmail but no recipes, he's got half the mech. He's got half a mech, you know? It's not the full mech, he's got half of it. And he yawls up onto the PA Aegis. What is it? A couple of seconds, not too long. Although Hardance has been destroyed, but General has found a on Aramis, quickly turned around on by Shad and Celery though, taken out by the impetus damage, and Iceberg just running and hiding. They've killed off the dying. It looks like Fly to Moon just gonna have to retreat and again let Viking take control of this map.
Lancers still need 1/3.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Viking probably not considering high ground right now. Tier 2 top, easy objective. Get some more vision down here as well. Celery walking around with obs and sentries.
Dire are
Plenty of space to get some good high ground vision down.
Illusion.
V-Tune doing? V-Tune just doppelgangering.
Dire's
Jungle.
top tower is under attack.
PL is just chilling. What is he doing? Is he trying to get onto high ground?
What do you do? Question mark.
I just... No, you know like cats when they push something off the edge of a table? That's me. I just like seeing how things
Radiant's
fall.
bottom tower is under attack.
Diamonds are in a tough spot.
Is under attack.
You can't start a fight waiting. If you pop extras, you're like, yeah, we need to fight. But then what? Counter-reactive.
Radiant's bottom
Vikings
tower is under attack.
have a save. Fine, we have bait with the surf.
And if Shad catches a glimpse of any of your squishy heroes, the backliners really don't stand a chance.
Dire's top
Lifesteal over Cleave at 15. KB Deso for Shad. Smoke up from FTM. Coming out of their shell. Oh, the smoke pops on Celery and the Wolf scouts them. The Enchantress is gone. General TPing to the top tier 2. Exorcism popped as the give chase. FTM, they've got V-Tune on the front lines, but in comes Toby with the TP onto the outpost. Aramis is about to fall. The Witch Doctor's down, and Toby still completes that TP. I don't know why, I don't know how, but he's swashbuckled down to the low ground now. But the Laguna Blade the high ground, Iceberg zapped it down, and Celery's going to be the third one. Pummeled into the ground. Viking bleeding out. A Yule Scepter up and a Light Striker ready to follow. Ooh, Iceberg, it's on cooldown, but it's got it now. An Enchantress. The third casualty dead for 70 seconds now as Lash and PA both bailing away from that fight. They lost the Witch Doctor, and I'm surprised Toby completed that TP, honestly.
middle tower is under attack.
10-second BKBs on Viking decide to make a fight. They pop the exorcism. If you don't
Radiant's
to take a
middle
fight,
tower
you will
has fallen.
gladly back off.
Burn.
There's no
Radiant
vision.
are scanning.
Dire, Radiant junk. The bottom part of the map right now. Put some sentries and observe. Also, see, he has the perfect item
Radiant's
and
middle tower is under attack.
get Aghanim Scepter. Playing against PA, I don't think you staff. You have the Lost Person Stone, you have a cast range.
To imbalance.
Just use that
Radiant's bottom tower is
strength of
under
a
attack.
PA against the magic immune. Who actually, you know,
Soulbound.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Roshan, what we're looking at? 1 minute 40 seconds. Till he respawns. Viking in position to take it, but it's quite a way away. You mentioned the BKBs here on the Radiant side. We've also, got the PL1, and also Lina is very close to hers. Both teams vying for control of that Roche pit. Free tier 2 tower bottom because of it. Viking looking to slowly but surely dip their toes in the water, see if they can find anybody lurking from FTM. But it's a completely different game to 10 minutes ago. You know, Aloha Dance and Always Want to Fly 10 minutes ago were playing, I think, just in general, FTM were playing very wide map, right? They had PL down, bottom part, farming here, and then maybe they had the two supports over in this kind of top left corner of the map, giving their lives away to try and scout out where Viking are. But now you kind of feel out where FTM are. They've got 3 heroes mid. They are grouping up very tight to make sure that when Viking find a target, everyone is there to respond in a 5v5 fight. They do jump onto General now, swashbuckle into Shield Crash, Rolling Thunder going to get channeled but cancelled. Toby still wants to go for it though. Straight in onto General, good dual Scepter up, and in the back of the fight, B-Tune's BKB forced out as Boom comes in with a lash, the big splitters and the magic AoE. Soulbinder's there, and Iceberg has Laguna Blade. 2 heroes are in there. He's going to zap one down. Selby's gone, General follows, and the Soulbinder back on the Toby now, heals up. Lashrak buys himself a little bit of time as the cast bouncing onto Always Want to Fly. V-Tune and Iceberg, they've got to get out of there, or else they're going to die to Shad. The PA with a bash off the dagger, the crit will hit, and V-Tune Doppelganger away. Toby not going to give chase as the buybacks from General and this Undying. Look to turn around yet again onto Boom, but Essence Ring gives him so much HP along with the Bloodstone that they swing straight back into action onto the Undying. Always wanna die back. Undying, not living up to his name, and a monster kill streak for Boom's Lashrak as Roshan has now respawned, and a great fight for Viking.
A perfect timing on the Roche. Boom goes in with the BKB. The only ability that goes through BKB right now is like Laguna Blade. Phantom Lancer, he's very squishy. We've seen that one. Just a dagger, hits the bash, and then 1 crit. Half HP is gone. You can't contest this Roche. So that's gonna be Cheese and Aegis. You go Cheese to your Phantom Assassin, Cheese to Lashrak. Lashrak is also zooming in. Spider lags on him. Didn't go for move speed talent. 12 strength feels much better. Just a tank up, and the Mindbreaker on Phantom Assassin. That's a big one. Like, you just silence the people with dagger.
Very nice. PL Orb of Destruction, pretty handy. But there's the full smoke from Viking. Not a half smoke, of course. Not a 1/3 smoke.
Full
or
smoke,
1/5
okay.
smoke, or a 4/5 smoke, but a full 5-man smoke, Lacoste.
100% smoke. Let's see the success rate of it.
Oh, they're gonna get General down here. Dire Outpost is gonna get snagged, it looks like. Double Outpost for the Radiant just as that 10-minute marker comes around, but the 30th minute. General hiding in the trees.
He shows he's dead.
TP, your Scepter. Ooh, they don't figure out where he is.
I thought that he's just gonna die. But the TP straight away, Always Want to Fly. Yeah, cancel TP
pick-off.
with the ulti. Witch Doctor, look at his item belt. Like, he's going a little bit of everything. Go Scepter to save himself, Necro Book, Veil of Discord to amplify damage of the Lashrak spells.
And then the cherry on the top, the Aghanim Scepter. Iceberg TPing out. Yell gets a Mindbreaker of his own. Have to jump here. No high ground vision for Shad. We'll spot out Aloha Dance. Really was considering that. He has BKB and Aegis. Looks like he'll be fine just a Phantom Strike away.
I love this build. Lina going for Refresher. Quadruple Laguna Blade, yep.
Yeah.
And you can't itemize against it. It's a pure damage. Like, I don't see anyone getting like
Beyond this?
Eon Disc. Yeah, I don't think so.
Like maybe Leshkan next item instead of the Shiva's Guard, because he just finished off Boots of Travel, and Grimstroke, oh, Undying. See ya. Crit down 1,334 off the back of that hit. Grimstroke is going for Aghanim Scepter, has it queued up, so we'll see if he get that before the game ends. Have some PA illusions going around. Necro Book. Unit sent out to top to push out.
With gratitude.
A level 20 talent
FTM.
on PA feels so underwhelming. -3 armor. Like you buy a Bloodstone for 300 gold, that's -2 armor.
Yeah, it doesn't feel amazing.
About 20% weaker.
But I guess if you start adding it all up, you like to add numbers, Deso plus the talent.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Do they have a medallion or anything?
No.
I know Undying does. He's bought the only item he can afford is a medallion. Right now, Viking really are the shepherds and FTM the sheep being herded back into the pen. Can't escape. Being very calmly farming in towards Greaves on Pango, making sure that they've got this top and mid lane both pushed out as they're playing off the high ground ramp. Left-hand Dire jungle. Don't know if FTM don't want to go out of their base and leave because that puts Lina in a position where she's in the open. Lina wants to fight where her back's against the wall. She's able to come from fog, catch people with a stun, and, well, Lina shouldn't be on the low ground, but maybe this has baited the PA in. Right strike array, potentially kill off the PA's first life, and there it is.
Without Laguna Blade.
PA, BKBs, the Soulbind connecting her with the Lashrax, so the Laguna Blade is there, down to about half HP, but they healed up a little bit. Now the rest of FTM got to consider, do they want to stick around and fight or do they want to bail out? Because General, he's in very deep. Half HP, Soul Rip is there, but it won't be enough to get him out of this one. A self-Yules gives him a couple of seconds of respite, but the impetus shots in there, Force Staff takes him back into the fight.
I think Grimstroke put them in a very bad spot using ulti there. And then, Lina feels, I need to follow up. She knows that she's not gonna kill neither Phantom Assassin nor Lashrak. They're very tanky. That Prophet also forced to use ulti after that. It's just a chain reaction. Or yeah, we need to do something because one of our teammates used the spell. And it's a long cooldown spell which we rely on winning a team fight with.
At the very least, they take the Aegis. They don't lose a tier 3. They can come out of their base a little bit. And Phantom Lancer, it doesn't feel like he's fully been answered yet. This Lesh has been doing a great job so far. But Phantom Lancer now, MKB working on the Abyssal Blade. I think potentially VTune can handle this Lashrak and the PA if he's given enough space for the rest of his team.
He needs a defensive item. He has a BKB, but he also needs... It's a tough one. He was forced to get a BKB. So he's gonna be running out of slots. If he gets Abyssal Blade next, that's gonna tank him up. And then he can upgrade Yasha to either S and Y, but I would love to see any kind of lifesteal coming out from him. Or just a heart to tank up the illusions.
Lots of decent options, but no amazing ones, right? The Basher. Toby. Javelin in E. Aramis now has... Oh, Aramis went Blink Dagger instead of Ags. Very sad. Heading. Oh, grouping up. Very close in on each other. General making a pretty wide sweeping move. Radiant jungle, but they do have a Dar Observer Ward on high ground watching out for where Viking are. VTune gets the full push out on the bot lane. Right now, FTM are the ones out on the map doing stuff. Viking are sitting, waiting, biding their time, even though they have a 12k net worth lead.
I think if Flight of Moon gets the next set of items, if they get Refresher on Lina, if they get Ags on Grimstroke, they can easily come back into this game. Phantom Lancer will be going for Abyssal Blade, and I don't feel that threatened what Viking will get as their next set of items. It's magic status resistance plus a lifesteal. PA going for Satanic, Lashrak going for also more tanky build, just wants to be able to survive Laguna Blade or double Laguna Blade.
Roshan fast spawn coming in about 10 seconds. All Viking really care about right now. That's why there's a line being drawn out by that Grimstroke. We need to keep this wave, at the river so we have options to get into the pit somehow. Toby? Down bottom lane. FTM, again, coming out of their base with a smoke and looking to try and force a fight here, and this could be perfect timing. Toby doesn't have TP, doesn't have a way to join this fight. This could be a 5 versus 4, but Celery is in the perfect spot, holding the high ground on the ramp to pop the smoke, the Glimmer Cable, get him a little bit of safety, but the dust is out. Threaded down, good split up, will connect in onto the Undying, but V-Tune already dodged it. Booms BKB having the charge forward, chasing the Lina. Iceberg has to BKB himself, so that's the ditch away from the Lina, the stun in onto V-Tune, the PA soloing the PL. V-Tune has to dash over to the side to try and catch out the Witch Doctor, but he's got a Ghost Scepter, so V-Tune cannot find a kill. Shredded by the PA, and boom, beyond godlike, taking out Aloha Dance. Toby now arrives in, and they've got the stun to take out General. Iceberg, 22nd pick Lina. He was kind of flamed by his team. They called him crazy, but he's the only one left alive for cost.
Well, that's how it works. Your team died, like you're the only one who's alive. Like you scrubs should learn how to play. But jokes aside, I saw him getting out of the fight immediately. Like he knew the fight was over. Spell Prism, that's gonna help him a lot. Some extra attributes, mana regen, and the cooldown reduction, very important. Also, like if Grimstroke feels like this game might end, he should buy Point Booster right now, and then sell a 4-staff in the base, buy Aghanim Scepter. That's their, I'm gonna call it a way back into this game, because if he doesn't do it, they just lose it.
Yeah, I mean, Shad has Aegis, they've got Cheese on Lesh again, and Aghanim Scepter went over onto the Pango, so you've got that swashbuckling shield crashing little guy jumping around.
General used ulti.
Oh, they just called GG?
They called GG. Okay.
Okay, well, that's a... Where's Lina? Lina has Refresher Orb. Go, cast your spells.
Yeah, didn't have enough time, 10 seconds.
Sad.
But this has to be one of the, most unexciting game-ending games that I've seen in quite some time. Like, they literally lost a Roche fight and went back, respawned, Undying died once again, called GG.
5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban.
And I would love to see, a Storm Spirit again for Iceberg, for example, a hero that can allow him to dictate the pace of the fight, because that's what Iceberg has always been so good at with Tiny, with Wind Ranger, with Storm, is finding the target he needs to, making sure that the opponents have to deal with him, right? Templar Assassin, another great hero, deal with the TA one way or another, because either she's going to have a good laning stage, or she's going to farm jungle, or she's Roshan. There are so many ways to kind of sneak back into the game, and a hero like Lina just doesn't have that, really.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban.
So bans, pretty similar again, this time Death Prophet getting removed out by Viking though, along with Earthshaker, Batrider, Rubik still in there. Really liking this targeted Rubik ban the Viking are pulling. But we should this time have more supports in the pool, right? Shadow Demon, Oracle, they are available. Where is Keeper of the Light, Lacoste? Muscle Bean all day.
Remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Can't pick Kotl without Ember. He's out of there.
Dire team pick.
Pango ban. Wondering when that was going to start happening as well. So Toby's primary hero. Well, Oracle. Do you start Oracle, or do you think about just going Enchantress again? Because Celery had a great game with that Ench. She does so much from laning stage through to pushing. Grimstroke. Going to be your opener from Viking. And I don't think we see FTM play Ench at all.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Weaver.
The flex pick Weaver. Never sure where this little bug's gonna go. In 1, 3, 4.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team.
Little bugs. That. Yeah.
seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Way they go. But yeah, I definitely wanted that. You know, Undying is a body in a fight. He puts down Tombstone, it's annoying. Soul Rip with sustain, but then he's kind of expended. He's done. Clockwork, at the very least, you know, he gets that catch, that long-range initiation with hookshot, and then he's a body in the fight with Battery Assault doing a significant amount of damage, but also the rocket flare vision. You know, I feel like supremely underrated sometimes. Getting yourself a little bit of extra information in these team fights, super. Viking Grimstroke combo time with the old Grimmy boy. Dragon Knight. Where's Snapfire? We would every time we cast, we're like, oh yeah, Snapfire. When Phoenix was super popular, like, where's Snapfire? Not seeing it at all.
Dire Team Ban. Queen of Radiant Team Ban. Ten seconds.
It feels like the Queen of Pain also forces the Weaver away from position 1 and like like hard commits the Weaver into like position 3 or a 4 even. It's like that magic nuke damage. If your Weaver's your 1 or your 3, you don't want that core obliterated by a scream and a sonic wave. Is really all it takes. Banning out the Kunkka. And lane matchup. Soulbind is a pretty good setup for Sonic Wave as well. Not a single target ability, but holding 2 heroes in place to get that AoE going feels nice as the co-op. Queen of Pain, you're going to want some real, you know, guaranteed lockdown, some disables that hold her in place for extended periods of time. I always like thinking about, you know, your Shadow Shamans and your Lions, but you just don't see them anymore. They're dead.
Dire Team pick.
Disruptor.
That's some good lockdown. A lot of stuff you have to deal with, like cogs, kinetic field, swarm, static storm into the Queen of Pain. Pretty nasty.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
I'm just wondering who Disrupt is going to be laning against, though. Like, if Viking decide to aggro trying to disrupt to Clockwork
Radiant
1.
Team pick.
Well, yeah, okay, yeah, with Grim Tusk +1, that is real sick. Disruptor does not like being run at.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Look pretty damn nice. FTM. Oh, what do you do? Banner snack. I don't know. Do you want to go and Banner snack. Let's go look at one of their sponsors. Shall we? Online banner making. It's a banner made by banner makers. Very good. Guess that's who made their banner then.
Dire team pick.
Ricky? Oh. Cogs with smoke.
Radiant team ban.
Beastmaster.
10 seconds remaining.
Would you rather...
5
I'm just wondering
seconds
about
remaining.
Viking forcing the tri-lane here. Like, do you put Grim Tusk with Beastmaster and force the tri-lane and then have a hero that, like, 1v1s the Weaver? Or would you have Beastmaster go up against the Weaver and then try and tri-lane around somebody else? And I guess they put so much...
10 seconds remaining.
But have you seen the Axes
5
build?
seconds
Like,
remaining.
I've seen it a couple of times now from Beastmaster players, especially when they're against like a TB or something, that can gap close the board. And like, since they changed Axes to magical damage, they do a pretty good chunk, and Weaver's very squishy. I wonder if that's maybe an option. But I think I'd kind of like Tusk Beastmaster Grim, and then you 1v1 someone else against the Weaver.
Phantom Assassin.
Didn't see that one coming. PA again. Shad really likes the hero, apparently. Another hero that can get out of cogs. That maneuverability, jump into the disruptor. Cause all kind of issues for them.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Choose your hero.
Iceberg Tiny. Pretty good nuke damage up against the PA, who is reasonably squishy. Queen of Pain as well. Struggle. Very unique draft.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
General on the clockwork. Guess they don't want that Weaver to get blown up completely. I feel like Vikings just have so much firepower here. Moon are very reliant on having like very specific scenarios happen, right? Getting their team fight execution perfect. Outside of, you know, Ricky catching a Grimstroke or Tiny getting a nice catch on the Queen of Pain because she's blinked aggressively somewhere, it feels like Viking are much... It's just easier to execute. You know, they can go towards an objective. They can have Queen of Pain and PA jump onto the backlines much easier and just blow them up completely. But FTM need like a hookshot cog, static storm with the smoke screen, iceberg going into the back with always want to fly.
Prepare for battle.
Go Ward for me. Away we go. Team 3 here. FTM taking on Viking. And PA up at top. Going to be lurking around alone for now. Aloha Dance Disruptor with the General Clockwork swinging up towards top lane. They do get the ward in mid, always want to fly very quickly. Put Observer down for Icebergs Tiny and V-Tune Ricky. South. Got on Viking. Aramis, Tusk with Toby Beastmaster. Boom on the Queen of Pain, you know, his signature hero, along with Dragonite, I would say. Very spectacular. They're on both of those heroes. Celery Grimstroke. Of course, we saw Shan on the PA as the outpost taken up by General. Lots of love hearts and good lucks and very, very happy players in this series. You get into the pro lobbies.
The battle
Double balls out here for Toby. Aramis has the tag team. Take the 2 bounty runes down there. Fred. What do you mean they look alike? Massive big wings on his head. Aramis. Okay. They're both big beefy boys. Do give away the fact they've got a sentry ward down there, as always want to fly stepped forward. Getting those few hits in. Tiny. 4-0 so far in that mid lane. Queen of Pain only getting so far. Having a grand old time, and it's a level 1 Scream from Boom. Opting to go for that Scream to secure last hits, get that range creep as best you can against Tiny 72 base damage, I guess.
Hey.
Sometimes I'm just not listening to you, honestly. Well, Always Want to Fly does not get the D ward down bottom. Very well done by Toby and Aramis to kind of get in onto that sentry that the Weaver placed down. V-Tune 9-1 though, very nicely CSing his way through this lane. But a pretty quick early lead from Fly to Moon. 3 lanes. Aloha Dance is doing a great job putting some aggressive pressure along with General, just spamming out Thunderstrike. Celery and Shad having a little bit of a difficult time in that top spot.
Rock it on!
Yep.
More daggers from Boom. Now Iceberg below half HP. Queen of Pain hits level 4, holding on to that point. How aggressively she wants to play. Grabs out her first null. General 17-1. Farming away like a madman on that clockwork. Oh, bottom lane, are they thinking about it? Kikuchi forward, then fall back. Aramis still just getting clicked out by this Weaver, you know, double melee lane against this Weaver support. Getting harassed day in, day out. Queen of Pain. Still doing reasonably well. is incredibly annoying. Nothing that Boom can't handle. Top lane Celery, Thunderstruck by the battery of General, and there's first blood spilled. Shad looking to get Aloha Dance and the trade back, but he's trapped inside the cogs now with no Phantom Strike. He is looking like he's dead. Another Thunderstrike is there. He's going to zap him down. And General with a Rocket Flare in 5 seconds doesn't even need it. 2 kills in that top lane for Fly to Moon. Very well executed. And it looks like a rotation mid from Tusk. He's invis, yeah, but he doesn't get anything done.
Not for the likes of you.
Necro Rush, let's go. Trap them in the cogs, kill them with Necro Book. I know, that's why. There's a very fine line between genius and insanity, or idiocy, whatever the saying is. Very, very fine line. General, man, he is just sticking it to Shad. Battery assaults are going. Bounty runes spawn up. Disruptor's going to grab at least one of them there. General just forcing Shad all the way back, and they don't have. Oh, they've got 1 salve left.
Got it.
Oh, Aramis. Yeah, it looks like they're diving in under the tower. I think Aramis is. Oh, he's okay mid lane. Aloha Dance getting turned on by Shad. The Grimstroke gone as Clockwork claims his life. Aloha Dance still alive, gets the stick and the Fairy Fire off, so Shad's dagger doesn't take him down until the final click comes around from the PA. Time around, at least they get themselves a 1-for-1, and Weaver. Ah, okay. So Weaver was chasing Aramis and like nearly killed him, and it looks like he tried to wait to die to tower, but it wasn't. It didn't wait long enough, so he got killed off by the. Ward on the sentry bottom, but the blink strike from V-Tune. Catching out Toby with a swarm, now tricks the trade into another blink strike? No. Not. Right. Misses. Aramis arriving on the scene of the crime. Gonna be bodyguarding Toby. Yeah, Weaver down, trapped in the shards. Try and turn around onto Aramis, so V-Tune gonna be there for the solo experience and still taking it to Toby. Has tricks of the trade and a little blink strike to play around with. Toby can't go too far forward. What? Toby's top, level 7. Boom here with a Sonic Wave and an Arcane Rune. Clockwork gets scanned up, but Quap jumps Aloha Dance. Thunderstrike there, but no mana for a glimpse. The hook shot in from General, traps 2 inside the cogs. The Sonic Wave takes out the Disruptor, but in comes Tiny. Oh, Queen of Pain about to drop, and that's it. Iceberg slays her, and Celery unable to clear up General, so Iceberg's going to keep on chasing forward. Another tree grab if he wants to go and whack around the Grimstroke. How many hits does it take to get to the middle of a Grimstroke here? Oh, is that going to be enough with a throw? Oh, it is. Kill off the Weaver. And in comes General. Hookshot's back up again. And he's chasing down not 1 but 2 heroes. Aramis with a swarm still on him. That Weaver got off a couple of spells just before he died. So yet again, They trade the Weaver's life, and like Lacoste, the Weaver is like the 5 this game, right?
Is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
And Boom does dive behind tier 1 mid lane, but Celery cleared up by V-Tune. As Aramis slain by Iceberg as the dual-pronged attack there, mid lane and bot lane, both being caught up in this onslaught. Ricky TP's top for the safer farm and to put a bit of pressure onto Shad. What do we have for the Tiny? Is that Mask of Madness? It is completed. Tiny hitting one of his little power spikes here just before 10 minutes. Where his farm rate accelerates tremendously. Let's have a look stack-wise. What do we got? A little medium camp stack for you. Nothing else. Oh, he's got a large camp. Oh, that's a... Yeah. Is Boom dead? Boom can't blink. V-Tune Ricky will fall for this. Shad managing to stick around in the fight as General has one charges and a hook shot into the Roche pit. Dagger follows though if Roche bashes him. It's not coming. But Aloha Dance gonna get jumped on again with a Phantom Strike and a crit from Shad. Magnetic Field, is it gonna buy him any time? Aramis says no. I'm gonna put my body in front of your face and you cannot get away.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Boom's gonna try and put his body in it. Oh my god. Oh, Boom, so close to death. The Weaver might continue giving chase on this one. Iceberg has a toss. Can he just toss? No, he's just gonna toss the tree. He doesn't toss the tusk, he tosses the tree. Always on a fly, doesn't give a damn. He traded his life again for a core kill. Top lane, TP from Aloha Dance. Very aggressive, but he gets the Static Storm down immediately, baiting in Toby with V-Tune laying in wait. And one more Blink Strike forward will clear him up. Claim the boars. Necro units.
Contract complete.
Weaver dies bot, Grimstroke dies mid. 2 for 1 though for Viking. Let's see if the glimpse back into what? Avalanche toss? Iceberg says yummy yummy, give me the Queen of Pain.
His bottom tower is under attack.
I'll take the tier 1 mid lane as well.
Under attack. Dire's structures
He
are fortified.
GG well played by
Radiant's
accident.
bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, me neither. I saw them saying sorry for something. Like, wait, why are you apologizing? What happened? You died. He tapped the GG on his chat wheel. But yeah, 15 to 11 doesn't feel like that big of a difference kill-wise, but the game most certainly with a 6k lead now firmly in the grasp of Flight to Moon. Weaver nearly has a medallion. I don't think Always Want to Fly really cares what items it has. Just going to Shikuchi forward, let Tiny annihilate these Necro units. And Tusk snowball onto the Disruptor, but the roll onto Tiny in the back. In comes General, hook shot forward. They've blown up Aloha Dance with no Static Storm used, and General trapped in the middle of 5 dire heroes. V-Tunes arrive with the smoke screen down, looking to kill off Toby, and that's the grab they'll take. Now trips the trade and aiming for Celery. The time-lapse back gives Always Want to Fly a bit of space to maneuver with another Shikuchi. They've not got reveal, but they've got the dagger, now the deny from Iceberg. As they 2 for 3 toss in General, looking for more. Shad has a Phantom Strike to jump onto Boom if he needs to. In onto General they go, they miss the avalanche, but in comes Ricky with a smoke screen and the trade. Iceberg with a double kill and Viking wiped off the face of the bloody map. Yeah, it's been so good. I mean, what's he got? Mom, Yasha, 2,000 gold. So that SMY is just done. Hell yeah. V-Tune, you were talking about his diffusal blade. It is done. That timing, 14 minutes in, both of your key core heroes have their, primary or even secondary items. What's Clockwork up to? Blade Mail coming up. Not going to go for the Spirit Vessel. Earn into Blade Mail. Queen of Pain is so far away. The glimpse back Celery. Oh my goodness. That double damage on Tiny just isn't fair. 3 hits the Grimstroke. Why not? Snowball onto Disruptor. Aramis. I think that's a bridge too far, honestly. Yeah, he's all out on his lonesome. Viking now going to have Tusk dead as Grimstroke respawns. So Roshan, with that, with the medallion from what he's going to play, it accelerates Roshan pretty damn nicely. Yeah. 7? Well, here we go. Iceberg, SNY Aegis. Top of the Mask of Madness. V-Tune, Diffusal Blade done, it is go time. General has a hook shot, they've got Static Storm on Aloha Dance, and that's what we like to see. A smoke in behind the Tiny. Long wraparound line drawn. It's like, they're going to change tact there and move up into the triangle. Try and find the PA. Process of elimination. They've got 1 Observer Ward in that left hand, the top left jungle. So they're hunting down south. They'll find Aramis. General just throws in the hook shot there. And that snowball onto the creeps, though. Well done by the Tusk. But they've got the Ricky to contend with now. As the Soulbind starts up too. I don't think that's going to accomplish too much. Do they have a stun to cancel TP? They don't. So Grimstroke's out with the Static Storm with the help of the Weaver. Getting the kill onto Toby, it looks like, and escaping with the Grimstroke. Fly? No, not chasing Toby. They don't have any more gap close. Queen of Pain silenced up. Haste Rune popped. Weaver jumped upon by the PA, but time lapse forcing the roar and a Sonic Wave. Are you kidding me? They will get General, but losing Celery there as well for so many ultis seems a little bit ridiculous. Now V-Tune is still hiding in the shadows, laying in wait. Can't deal with Tiny right now. Where's Tusk going? D-Ward time. Dolphin Observer. Iceberg, Hyperstone Mob. Whacking away at towers. Right, what items do you have on Viking? Deso on PA is nearly done. Queen of Pain is a million years away from any kind of itemization. 5.5k net worth, yes. Items, no. Blade Mail up. Looking for a glimpse. Bit of vision. Anything that Tiny or Ricky can latch onto. Someone to push out that bottom wave.
Radiant's bottom
might think about
is under attack.
I did. It's Sandler cost. 700 off that Yule Scepter. A smoke from Aloha Dance and the rest of the crew. They faked move up to top. Ricky showed there. So Viking probably going to be thinking, hey, they're sat behind the Ricky and pushing tier 2, but now it might become a little more obvious as no one is pushing that top wave. And the rest of the Radiant arriving. Oh, Boom feels it coming, blinks out. Leaves the creep there and the hook shot off the mark. So Boom TPing Toby sticking around down in the tree line. Scouted by the rocket flare though. Swarm not going to connect. Good TP.
I felt that. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Good static storm.
Is under attack.
Allows V-Tune to focus down the Tusk. Aramis, no escaping that one. And Toby, already expending Raw, just gonna get jumped by the Riki now. V-Tune giving chase as the Lohanas is found in the back, but in comes Always Wanna Fly. Soulbound up, they've taken down Celerin one by one. They're just all being picked off here. The dive from Always Wanna Fly. He's in the enemy base. He doesn't get the kill. He doesn't get the kill. Time Lapse is back just a fraction of a second too soon. I think he thought he had a Geminate attack or something, but wasn't to be. Outpost time. Oh. Really for Tiny? Fair enough.
What have we here?
5 Wraith Bands. Can't beat it. Oh my god, look at that damage, yeah. He 5 hits Toby. Aegis does expire. Don't think Iceberg worries too much about it. Oh, Imp Claw. Oh, hello. Guess so. Strength of Embrace is there. Spirit Vessel coming. So, what are we looking at now? PA Deso, Yule's Queen of Pain. She can buy it. Hook shot forward, catching Tusk. Sast. Look at that. Phantom's Embrace, gonna keep him locked in place a little bit, but Riki arriving yet again, just to snipe out a couple of cheeky little kills. That's Riki now completely out of control. 16k lead for Fly to Moon.
Dire's top
Iceberg,
tower is under
he is just a chunky boy walking towards his enemy base. He's a steamroller with
Dire's top
no
tower
controls.
has fallen.
Do it with flair.
Dire's
They've got a catapult, they've got Mask of Madness, Tiny's attack speed. What are we looking at? 0.59. Attacking almost twice a second. I mean, Ranger Axe is gone as well. Dear Lord. They just go for melee. Yeah, they're trying to backstab Queen of Pain and Beastmaster, looking for someone in the backlines, but Gentle and Always Wanna Fly doing a great job skirting around, and Vichu just takes down Aramis. Tusk is obliterated, forced to buy back, and Viking have to make a move. Toby hook-shotted up, so no Raw coming. They blink in, they slay Toby beyond godlike Riki as the Tiny heals up into the air, but the Queen of Pain's already gone. The Soul Binder will trap 2 of them in place, but I feel like the G's are coming, Lacoste. Celery and Shad, tail between legs, they have got to go back home and hide, because Riki is coming for your lives. Shad, what do? Get to your tier 4s, put your head in the sand. GG is called. FTM take the series 2-1.